everybody, and welcome to Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment Live. We're in the post-game, baby, as, last time, literally yesterday, the finale went out, and, the game is beaten, but apparently there is more to discover, because, there's a post-game cutscene after you 100% the game. I didn't know about that until yesterday. Shout out to K-Slay for mentioning that. Now I have a reason to actually 100% this game, because I'll be honest, I actually finished this Let's Play, and actually wait, let's have a quick audio check. It's been a while since I've used these. Let me actually turn this down. I imagine the audio is extremely loud right now, so I'll turn down the background noise. But yeah, it's been a while since I've used my whole stream setup, so again, we'll have an audio check. Let me know if everything sounds good, looks good, and then I'll continue saying what I was saying, because I want to make sure you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. But yeah, this is what the game looks like when you beat it, and when there's just a little bit left in terms of side questing. I mean, there might be a lot, because each major side quest you do can open up a bunch more. And now the game is too quiet. Okay, it is really quiet on my end too. I'm confused why, because I have everything max. I'm just going to turn up a bunch. Okay, it might be too loud now, so let me turn it down again. I don't know. Let me know if this is good. So from here, we'll have, again, another audio check. This is a checkpoint. Let me know how the audio is after this checkpoint. Okay. But yeah, I finished this game. The LP was actually finished a week ago. Literally, exactly a week ago. I had finished it on, I believe, Saturday last week, because I was playing the game from Wednesday, because it came out on Wednesday in Australia. That's how I was able to get the game 12 hours earlier than America, because in America it came out Wednesday night, midnight, whatever time zone you're in. Let me just jump into a mission while I talk about this. So, okay, Calamo, the spear wielder. This looks really cool. Speaking of spears, speaking of Calamo. So, you cannot begin a spear-only battle with your current equipment. Oh, it's a spear-only battle to begin with. Do I even have a spear for Clink? I must, right? Okay, there we go. We do. Castle Guard Spear. Let's use it. Sure. And switch our special actions. Try this out. Try that out. And then the usual where we put a... well, we probably want more Zonai devices, but it's fine. We'll just try them out, and then, of course, grab this for this. There we go. All right. I could upgrade my spear, but let's just use it in its base damage and just get into this. 12 days until downloaded Prime 4. Is that when technically it's leaked? Especially with it being a Switch 1 game. See, that game can actually be leaked, because just like Pokemon, it was leaked early because people had a Switch 1, and the Switch 1's hackable, and you could totally get games early. This game you couldn't get early. I totally would have not gotten it, because I don't do that. I don't do that illegal crap. I'm a good boy. Right? Nintendo won't sue me. What's up, Brandon? What's Jazz? What's up? Takio. Tiny. We were just chatting, actually, Tiny, right? In the Discord. But yeah, game, great. Did you 100% it, by the way? I'm assuming, knowing you probably beat this game already, right, Tiny? And Rascal. Yeah, overall, this game was great. I'm so happy it exists. It will make revisiting Tears of the Kingdom so much more special. But I do feel bad for fans of the Zelda series who aren't fans of the Warriors series, who might feel like they're, like they have to. I guess you can watch YouTube videos, but like either they feel like they have to play a game they don't want to play, or yeah. But okay, let's do a few. So I have to show Calamo a fuse attack. Where is he? Or can I just do it now? Does this count? Okay. I feel like we're doing literally no damage though. So yeah, the game story, 10 out of 10. Game's gameplay, 6 out of 10. I love Warriors games, but holy crap, is the gameplay really shallow still. Like, every mission is the same thing. At least this one, it had me do, okay, once we do a sync strike with Calamo, but, so, okay, we're doing things a little bit differently, but like, for the most part, every mission is just spam the same 2 buttons. Okay. You 100% it? You're playing Tears of the Kingdom, it's so much harder. Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like I need 100% it before I move on, just because that's how I treat games. And these games aren't as ridiculous 100% like Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe I won't do all the Korok seeds, but I need to do all the missions just because, yeah, apparently there's maybe a post scene. So, do I just have to wait for the Sing Strike to charge back up? Because that's going to take forever. And I can't swap to Calamo, so this is awkward. Oh, we got to level up. I wish that would have done it. And yo, let's freaking go. And we got the soundboard back, so there we go. Thank you, Silverheart. It's been a minute, actually, since I've seen that. I've been around in live streams for a while. I've been busy during the afternoon. I got kind of randomizer during the series, though. Fair enough. Yeah, and this is a series where the game or the story is more important than the gameplay. So, knowing you, Silverheart, you probably enjoyed that. I thoroughly did. Like the side missions like this, I didn't really care for, but holy crap, the story missions got me so hyped. Was on the edge of my seat for literally 4 days straight, recording 5 episodes every day. Yeah, missing baby Lucas like crazy, but this last week I've been spending plenty of time with him because I haven't touched this game in a week. But again, thank you, Silverheart, for still being around. You got 10 months. You watch those full OP, is better if I played it. You know what? I'm gonna end up doing a proper Let's Play of Tears of the Kingdom now that you know, we finished this game, and I'm due for it anyways, but man, it's just gonna hit so much better. Oh, we can do special attack and Sing Strike. I'm not reading this, my bad. I'm too focused on the chat. This is like the one mission where you actually want to focus on what they're telling you to do. Yeah, no, 100% time. This game, like, standalone, not that special, but what it does to Tears of the Kingdom, oh man. Yeah, I'm working on a video where I'm taking all of Tears of the Kingdom's cutscenes, or geoglyph memories, and mixing them with this game, and making it like a really long, super extended version of all the events that happen because they're canonical, so they all technically do match up. Some I have to, like, get rid of. I can't do anything. Just because I don't have, or rather some cutscenes overlap each other, but other than that, for the most part, you'll get like a proper extended version of all the events, because a lot of the geoglyph memories don't even happen in Age of Imprisonment to begin with. You beat the game within 2 days? Yeah, 100% because of the story. I felt the same with Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword in the game, I didn't really mesh with the gameplay too much, but man, the story just kept me coming. You heard the baby in the background of the video? Oh yeah, true! In the end of the credits, you hear Lucas crying. I couldn't even cut that out, and I don't really care. I think it's kind of nice, you know, like, he's technically collabed in the video. He's featured. But yeah, he was crying in the background of the video. Right now, he's asleep. I can hear him so clearly from down here. I didn't know the microphone can even pick him up, but yeah, that does happen. Now you guys know why. Dude, I'm so excited to revisit Tears of the Kingdom now that I finished this game. But again, I want to make sure I'm completely done with this game, because once I put this game down, I'm never coming back to. So let's just do all this nonsense. This mission here, though, could have been so much easier if I just decided to upgrade my spear. Chose to make this difficult on me. It's fine. And I agree. No, I mean, I 100% agree with you. The gameplay is super important for a video game. If anything, I'm more into the gameplay than story with a lot of games. Hell, Nintendo is all about games over story. Look at Mario, look at the recent Zelda games. Like, they really do care for the gameplay over story. It's not like other games. Like, I'm thinking of like The Last of Us, or I guess Naughty Dog. And Naughty Dog has some gameplay focused games. But my point is, yeah, some games it might be story over gameplay. With Nintendo, it's not usually the case, but sadly, this game, it's like that. It's very much like that. But yeah, no, I did not miss this game going on a week break, though. Like, I was more than fine not playing this game for a week. So many games are coming out too, but that's the end of the year for you. It's so hard to focus on one thing. I feel like this game legit is just not even going to be talked about anymore. Like, let's be honest, within a week, and it's only been a week, it's already, like, barely talked about to begin with. It's going to be completely dead in the water by the end of this month, especially with Prime coming out. I feel like Pokemon is still the hot topic in terms of, like, the new Nintendo games. No one's really talking about this game to begin with, but again, that's because the gameplay itself isn't anything new. It's like literally take Age of Calamity and slap new cutscenes on it. That's the gist of it. Do you wish to appear in the DLC of Age of Imprisonment if Nintendo goes through with it? What do I wish? So, I don't know. I guess the rest of Zelda's time in the past. I did feel like the game ended a little anticlimactic. You can tell in the reaction I gave in the finale. Like, I don't know, I was expecting to see Zelda, the whole draconification happen, but it didn't. And yeah, I don't know. Your husband. You can play. Can't you play 2 players? I need to give that a shot with my wife. Actually, can't you play this game in, like split screen? I believe, and it probably will run really well because it's a Switch 2 game. Technically, it's a Switch 1 game running on the Switch 2, so no excuses for it to be slowing down. Okay, yeah, see, new things to level up. Oh, there you go. Actually, there is. This one is for Artie. Looks literally like Urbosa.
I've unearthed new power.
They started acting for Zelda movie. See, I saw someone post that on the Discord. I believe, yeah, Paxer made a chat room just for that movie night. I'm in disbelief. Is this really? Oh God, it's so loud. I need to full screen it. Is this really? I guess. I can't tell if that's, what's her name? Bo Bragaston or what? I forgot her name. Is that Impa though? Dude, if this is it, we were seeing too much. So bro, if this is actually a leak, holy crap. I mean, it has to be, right? Is someone really just out there in the woods just filming like all sneakily? Like, bro, what? This is so weird. Imagine if they got caught. Unless it's someone on set sneakily filming. I don't know. But for those who don't know what I'm talking about, just go to the Night Academy movie night chat. You'll see the video posted. Training with Agriston. Let's give this a shot. I've been saving the shrine related missions to do on live stream just because I don't know, I feel like they're really cool. Your map is mostly red. Yeah, I'm getting there slowly. Mainly because a lot of the story missions later on in the LP were so short. I was like, screw it, let's do some side missions as well. So I managed to get a lot done, but yeah, no, I haven't touched this game in a week. So if anything, I could be way further along as of now. My voice is kind of up to the game rate. Really? Okay, well, thank you for mentioning that. I feel like it's always so inconsistent. That's weird. Let me know if it's any better now. But okay, we're just training. Oh, this isn't a shrine one. Awkward. Or I don't have the correct one. This should be a... Technically... That didn't work. Oh, God! I gotta stop him with that, but I'm on cooldown, brother. It's fine. We'll just wait it out. I could probably just use... Oh, I already have it out. I'm an idiot. You know what? Let me go ahead and swap this. We're gonna need this. This is what we're missing. And then, actually, let's just do this while I'm at it. There you go. Oh, you stopped. Nice. Okay, or not. Oh, got stream. Yo, what's up, Logan? It should be the ZM movie. That'd be a boring ass movie. The movie would just be me sitting on my computer playing a video game. You had something similar in mind. Before the game release, I hope Ganondorf would be unbeatable. Mid-game boss only if it's sealed. Zelda would compare. Final boss Twin Rova. That would have been really cool. Yeah, Twin Rova's not even... Bro, Twin Rova's not even acknowledged in this game outside of, like, the... Twin Rova is just a fucking Easter egg in this game. That's it. It's not confirmed even it's Twin Rova. It's just... You know, if you know Zelda, that should be Twin Rova. They share the same color as Ganon in terms of skin color. You know, the green skin that we know Twin Rova to also have. And it's two, and the colors of, like, the... Because they do such a nice little reference with their outfit. Like, one of them has a red outfit, one of them has a blue outfit indicating fire and ice. So, like, clearly... They acknowledge it's Twin Rova. They went out of their way to make it obvious it's Twin Rova, but then they did nothing else outside of that. I was very disappointed to see Grim Gibdo as, you know, Ganon's final henchman throughout it. Yeah, it was definitely not what I wanted. I was expecting a full-on arc with Ganondorf where we play as Ganondorf against other Gerudo, you know, that being Artie and her allies, and we have a Gerudo civil war, and we have to play as Twin Rova, and we have like a couple story missions, like, you know, the one with the Moldugas, maybe Ganondorf sets out, even though you don't see Ganondorf really move. It would have been cool just to like incorporate missions where you had to play as Ganondorf and be on the evil side temporarily before you go back to the main side, because again, if you played OG, Hyrule Warriors, you would know that they've explored that idea and it didn't take away from the story. You literally played as Ganondorf for like 4 story missions and then went back to the hero side and it worked. It all was integrated perfectly. They could have, again, we know the ending of the story, so it's like playing as Ganondorf won't take away from anything. It would be like, okay, we just get to see his perspective a little bit clearer. Oh well. With having an Age of Imprisonment, you could go to the devs map. Could you show me where the Night Construct woke up? I want to go check out the area and Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, you know where it is? So, I'm pretty sure, my theory is it's the temple of, the Spirit Temple, right? Technically, it looks like they, you know, redesigned it, but for the most part, that area is... The closest thing in the depths looks like the Spirit Temple, and I wouldn't be surprised if before, but you go so much deeper though in actual Tears of the Kingdom to enter the Spirit Temple's like boss room. But like overall, the whole construct factory and everything, I think that's all like the general location of where the construct, you know, graveyard was as well. But yeah, I'll show it off if I can. We should end this. Muso out. Do you think there will be Koroks in this? Well, the Koroks would have to be CG. I feel like if anything, they want to refrain from. There's gonna be so much CG. What are we talking about? Like, we say live action, but live action is 90% CG. The only thing that's live action is like the characters, and usually they still have CG on them. But let's be real, the backgrounds, even if it's in New Zealand, I have a feeling a lot of the backgrounds are going to be green screened or altered or look nothing like what they look like. I mean, they don't have to be green screened. Like, there's a lot of, like Mandalorian. No, Mandalorian actually was crazy because I believe, like, Disney sort of created a, like, they used literally Unreal Engine to make the backgrounds of Mandalorian. So literally, and they had the character, like the actual actor walking in a giant room with a fake, or with a giant screen behind him. And that screen was literally, because it could render real lighting hitting them, it made it so much more realistic. So like, in reality, what's better than a green screen instead of post-editing is like having it while you're filming, which is just so cool and crazy to think about. So we don't even have green screens. We're just gonna have giant TVs behind us that simulate everything we need it to be done in there instead of doing it in post. But I don't know where I'm going with this. It is a Spirit Temple? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I thought it was over in the west side. Oh, you mean because on the map itself? Oh, okay, yeah, we'll look at it. True. Well, visually when exploring it, the closest reference I get is the, you know, Construct Factory, but yeah, I see what you're saying. It doesn't look like that when you do approach it from the map, I guess. But here, we'll see. Let me just end this. Like, this is taking way too long. You don't buy this boss room? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense if it's a boss room. But let's be real. I feel like the depths and the sky, very much like Tears of the Kingdom, was kind of underutilized. Like, I was legit thinking we were going to explore so much in the depths, and it was going to be the ancient depths, and we were going to see what the fire temple looked like before it became ancient. Same goes for, I guess, the spirit, which you could say we did see. But in general, yeah, it just seemed like there was not much to explore, or no new landmarks that were meant to be old landmarks from the ancient past that really just kind of stood out. The only thing was Hyrule Castle, like Hyrule Castle being in the loading screen and overall the title screen. Yeah, that looks completely different. That's the Zonai Hyrule Castle. But other than that, everything looks beat for beat exactly the same in present Hyrule. And I know Nintendo has that issue already with Breath of the Wild and, you know, its memories, the 100-year gap. There's literally zero difference with Hyrule's trees or anything. Nothing has grown in the 100-year span. So they're not really good at really giving context, but, like, I would have appreciated some, you know? But okay, so in the game itself, when we first find the constructs, it is a main mission, right? Or is it a side mission? No, it's a main mission. But we start off up here, right? Yeah, where the Ancient Wisdom sleeps. Which, yep, yeah. Tobio's Hollow is in Tears of the Kingdom, right next to the... it literally leads you to here. Yeah, no, it must be. It is. 100%. The sky's cool, and I've done most of the sky missions. We only have one, like, new post-game mission, but I'm too under-leveled for that. The sky was cool. I did enjoy them. I mean, they did a great job reutilizing the archipelagos and making them miniature levels. It worked, but, like, if this is the extent of the sky, bruh, we can't even scroll out. Like, this is it. Like, you think the sky is on the same level of the entire map? It's not. This is it. This is everything. You know, this is way less sky area than there was in Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, see, it is a construct factory. Yep, tiny. So yeah, literally, this leads us down here, and if you, I guess, pinpoint the exact location compared to Tears of the Kingdom, it most likely is, which is cool. But let's be real, just like Calamo, Nintendo didn't really think of it when developing Tears of the Kingdom. It was all like, how could we make it fit with Age of Imprisonment and have them all correlate and connect without us have prepped for it back then. But it worked because, again, even with the Zelda notes, adding that little bit of context that, of course, was thought after Tears of the Kingdom, it just makes it so much more special. Again, I love, yeah, what happens to Calamo. It's so cool. Yeah, okay, so Construct's Factory is where the Night Construct was. It makes sense, too, with how you, like, not only assemble Mineru's construct, but, like, it's, you know, there's disassembled pieces. It's, yeah, overall factory. That would make sense that the whole, you know, army of constructs were all there. But only 2 of them, obviously, as we know, were awoken because only 2 of them had spirits enter inside of them. So that's how they're operated. But it's cool to think that there's a whole army of these links. Just, it depends on, you know, whether it will fight for good or bad. It's so much cooler than the way the Guardians were portrayed, and overall, I mean, the Zonai's history is literally the Guardians, the Sheikah's history, like, you know, losing their tech, losing a lot of what made them from their own tech, but unlike the Zonai, they're not extinct. Like, if anything, the Zonai had it much worse because, yeah, they all died from their own creation. Unlike the Sheikah, where, yeah, they lost, but they're still around. They got ancestors that were able to, you know, keep the lineage going. Unlike, I mean, the offspring must be somehow still incorporated because we know in the Age of Calamity, the true Age of Calamity, the Zonai offspring obviously takes care of the Great Calamity. But I thought that would have been... that, you know what? In terms of DLC, that is what needs to be explored. Give us the DLC for that. That would be super cool. And the games were developed side by side with one another? Really? Wait, this game was being developed with Tears of the Kingdom? Really? If that was the case, that's cool, but nah, then they should have had a lot more correlations and connections if that was the case. I feel like a lot of things were either afterthoughts or there is not enough, you know, connection But what there is, it's special. You cried on have to have Calamo. I was happy, nah, because he wasn't forgotten. He's there. I was super happy. Okay, now, that's what we call damage. Oh my God! All right, let's swap.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, leave it to me, dude. Rauru, man. I'm not a furry, but man, Rauru is a beast. I have to say, like, I love Rauru. He's easily my favorite character in this game, without a question of a doubt. Okay. And again, this technique here, wait, it's freaking cracked out, dude. Koei Tecmo needs to nerf this. Being able to place down an emitter and have it just continue dishing out damage while you break its weak point straight within seconds. Boom, bada bing, bada bam. Alakazam, thank you, ma'am. Too nice. Oops. It's fine. Again, I can swap, I can drop, I can do all that in between. But do I want to? Just literally break it down like this. Oh man. But yeah, no, I'm glad the hints that they have, and again with Zelda notes, it still brings everything together. I am more than happy. All right, sadly, electric though is the one that I can't do anything about.
Carry on. This should do.
This is your favorite Hyrule Warriors game? This is my favorite Hyrule Warriors game too. Why? Because it's the only Hyrule Warriors game that has a canon story. That's so freaking dope. The story. You know, it's funny. At the end of the day, these are all fictional stories made by, you know, some Japanese people. But like, the fact that they say that this is true to their made-up story and that the others aren't, I didn't think it would make that much of a difference, but it really does. Like, at the end of the day, this is all fictional nonsense, but nah, the one that feels more canon than the other, the one that they said it's canon, man, the story just hits harder. I don't know why, even though they're both made up. It is funny when you really think about it, how we put so much, like, you know, we put so much on what's canon and what's not canon, but like everything is still made up jargon. Tears of the Kingdom started, but they were developed, side by side, starting in like 2021. Really? So it's funny how Nintendo just kind of came in to Tears of the Kingdom knowing, yeah, we're gonna leave a lot off the table and put it into a separate game. But this time actually do. I thought it was, if anything, Nintendo kind of paying respect to all the people who complained about Tears of the Kingdom story lacking, and to those who complained about Age of Calamity being a Shamalama Ding Dong twist, where, you know, we thought it was going to be canon. It's funny, though. In my LP, you'll see me questioning if the game is canon or not, all the way up until one point, and that is Sonia's death. And I'm glad it happens early on, because the second she dies, I shut the fuck up. I'm like, I'm not questioning if this is canon or not. It's canon. Well, Nintendo would not pull that punch if they weren't serious. But yeah, we don't really know, Roshan, if she had the child or not. She had to, though. I mean, there's a lot of still plot holes, you could say, or just like loose connections that we don't get. Like, so with Rauru and Sonia's lineage ending then and there, who's the new king of Hyrule? Does a reincarnation of Zelda happen outside of their family? And she's like, you know what? I'm the queen now of Hyrule. You know, I don't know. Main camp. Bro, these are tough. 70, bro. I'm not strong enough for any of these. Okay, 53. I could do this one.
Time to make ready. I'm curious how this goes.
If Tears of the Kingdom had any more added to it, it would be absolutely bloated. Not the story. Yeah, sure, maybe gameplay or objectives. Well, maybe if there was new objectives. But yeah, repeated objectives, it had more than enough. But nah, come on. You can't argue that the imprisoning war, hearing it 4 fucking times, 5 times, isn't a bit much, and that they could have incorporated something more, or maybe showed off the character, like the sages' faces. Yeah, you could say, oh, but too many characters. We have the past sages, we have the new sages, we have the champions. Like, so? Have you ever played a Xenoblade game, bro? The amount of characters that are introduced that are long forgotten. No one gives a shit. Yo, and Brandon Davis, let's go! Xenoblade, thank you for the donation and for being a team member for 10 months. Let's go! Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe I had a brother and became king. Yeah, I never thought of that. I don't know, actually. Those recommended levels aren't necessary. I've level 70 at level 50. Damn. Okay, I should give it a shot. You know what? I'm just trying to do the easy ones first and work my way up. But you're right. If at this point, if I can't find any, I'll just do them. But let me stop using this goddamn spear. Why am I using this spear still? Or let me just upgrade it. The not real story is good though. I'll leave autism. I sometimes get stuck into the story though. It's not real. My brain thinks it is. What do you mean, like fictional, non-fictional, canon, non-canon? Is that what you mean? So like you can appreciate the non-canon. I know a lot of people did appreciate, you know, Age of Calamity, and at the end of the day, I think if I wasn't so invested in Breath of the Wild's, you know, Age of Calamity battle and, you know, the whole Masterworks and just like knowing that I can relive it and them advertising as such, I don't think I would have been so disappointed. Like if they just said we're making a Zelda Muso game and it's using assets from Breath of the Wild and we're not, that's it. That, and the game ended up being a non-canonical plot twist bullcrap, I think I would have accepted it more. But no, they advertised the game as this is what happened with the champions 100 years ago. And I went into it ready to cry. I wanted a sob story. You know, just like we went into this game. We went into it knowing it would be a sad story. But you can still have a good story even if it's sad. This game is a great example of how they could have done it. How Age of Calamity's story would have been way more impactful witnessing canonically in a Hyrule Warriors style game. It's so much more upsetting because these characters, so many more characters die in that game. And again, the overall outcome, the way it ends off, it gives you this glimmer of hope to want to jump into Breath of the Wild. I feel like, yeah, that game would have benefited more than this game from a canon storytelling. But, you know, whatever. But yeah, I think legit, if I wasn't so jaded by that, maybe I would have appreciated it for what it was. But that's not the case, so. Yeah, I'm swapping because I want to do damage like this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Some people complaining the game was canon. I don't know anymore. Bro, that's hilarious. Yeah, what can you say to that? Again, for real, I mean, people complain about anything. That is the internet. You don't like the non-canon? I hated it. Oh, kind of. Okay, so you're with me. Never mind. Gotcha. It's funny. Age of Imprisonment made me, or Ancient Tears of the Kingdom made me dislike Age of Calamity and Breath of the Wild more. Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity even more than what I thought. Really? I'm trying to think. This hasn't changed my opinion towards Age of Calamity. If anything, I still think Age of Calamity, in terms of music and general aesthetic, is better than this game. I do not like this prehistoric Hyrule map. It's fugly. I think the music in Age of Calamity, holy shit, is it just some of the best music in the entire fucking series. Like, it's so good. My favorite track to this day is the main menu theme. Like, it's so goddamn good. But yeah, story-wise, it's lacking. This game, though, I feel like it's the opposite. Presentation-wise, I feel like it's lacking, if anything, big time. But, bro, Artie is pissed! Okay. I never took her, you know, 1v1. Man, I'm terrified. But yeah, no, too bad this game won't make revisiting Breath of the Wild feel any different. And Age of Calamity didn't help either, so yeah. But at least this game, yeah, truly does make Tears of the Kingdom overall way more exciting. Rafka is way better than Rivali 1,000,000%. Yeah, I think we can all agree there, because, you know, it depends. If you like the cocky douchebag, then maybe you'll prefer Rivali. You know, it depends on the person. But yeah, I prefer someone a little bit more noble, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit cooler. Ravka's overall, I like all the sages more than I do the Breath. That's funny. I genuinely like every sage more than Breath of the Wild's champions. And, well, Tulin. That's the real question. Are you dead? You're dead. You're dead. Whew. That was tough. One more though. Wait, is it Minoru? Who is it? Wait, who's the last sage? We know. Oh, we haven't found the Goron yet. Uh-oh. Aggerston, I see. Oh, I didn't come into this even trying. Ah! Okay. Ow! I'm gonna die. Do I want to heal? Screw it. Age of Imprisonment is getting free DLC. So wait, what? Who said? Wait, what? You got that confirmed? And yo, what's up, Stella? No, pay attention to the hack. Your message. If someone's supposed to insert words without your consent. Wait, what? I didn't see your last message, anyways. Let me just get rid of this freaking dude. Also, maybe I should use a different element. I just realized I could be using the element that will actually break his. There you go. Oh! You know what? Screw it. Perfect. I haven't finished watching my Age of Imprisonment. Really enjoying it so far. I'm not into Hyrule Warriors games. Okay, the story. Fair enough. Yeah, and I totally get that. Oh! This is not a game. Okay, this is not a game where you want to read the chat. Looked away for a second and it was like, I'm dead. Okay, come on, bro. Just actually die. GG. Okay. No more spear. But yeah, I totally get that sentiment. You know, a lot of people, again, probably. I mean, I guess that's the one time where those YouTube videos, the second the game drops, might be convenient for people. You know, and they won't complain about being spoiled because like, I'd rather watch that and play the game for myself. But I'm very much like, yeah, I gotta play the game. Even like horror games, I'd rather not watch some like. If I watch someone, I'll watch someone do the whole game. I'll never just watch just the cutscenes. I need all context. So with horror games, I usually end up playing them myself, but I'm no good at them. Dude, Raru's stronger than Clink? Let's go. And yo, oh measly.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. For the donation. The game actually looks pretty. Dude, it is. It's pretty good. You should definitely give it a shot. I think you'd enjoy it. Again, bro, we grew up playing Hyrule Warriors or Dynasty Warriors games. It's in your blood. You're gonna like it, but yeah, you know. It's no Tears of the Kingdom. Hylia did exist during this era. Raru, Zelda, literally pray to her side. No, I mean, technically she always... Yeah, of course. Well, of course, Chris. Unless you're responding to someone in the comments. Hylians wouldn't exist without Hylia. Hylia is essentially the first Hylian, right? Technically. Nah, actually. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not even certain anymore now. Yeah, again, Skyward Sword needs a prequel. We need a prequel to Skyward Sword so I can figure out what the frick is going on. Okay, I love how Nintendo made the prequel of all prequels for and that game needs a fucking prequel. Like genuinely, it does. Okay, we'll do a 61. Yeah, Tulin is my favorite in terms of modern sages, but all the previous sages I probably like more outside of Tulin. But yeah, I mean, my boy. Again, all the other amiibo are still in the box. Tulin had to be opened, but I'm gonna end up opening all of them when Animal Crossing comes out. I can't wait to have Tulin. Yo, what do you guys think? This is a really random idea, but I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm curious what you guys think of this. Would you guys be down for me to do a daily Animal Crossing, whether it's a live stream or a Let's Play series, every day in December leading up until January 20-something? Or should I start in January? I feel like I need to start earlier, maybe in December. Either way, I have to start a new Animal Crossing profile because I lost my old one. Should I do that, like a little like daily live stream check-in on Animal Crossing? And like all that work up until the Zelda DLC drops, the new update? because I'm so excited for that. I remember I had Epona and Ganondorf in my New Horizons playthrough, and then I let my sister borrow my cartridge for a little bit on the 3DS, and she deleted it, of course. I don't know what I don't know what I was expecting. Like, imagine giving a kid an Animal Crossing profile. They're not gonna want to play on your fucking file. They're gonna want to make their own file. Pretty deficit. Till this day, I haven't recovered. Still mentioning it. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to swap my goddamn weapon. And yeah, best of luck with that. I'm glad it's all out there, though. And hopefully you do enjoy it for what it is. I mass recorded it, but I think no matter what, the hype keeps it going, you know, the playthrough. Even though my energy does kind of dwindle in some episodes, yeah, the hype keeps me going. So I'm glad the whole series is out. It's hard when, like, a new Zelda game drops. I just can't let it go because I don't want to be spoiled either, especially with this kind of being my thing online. Like, it's hard to stay away from Zelda-related topics. So, yeah, usually I just, like, finish it as soon as possible, and then I can just kind of live my life again. Because until then, I feel like I'm in limbo. It's really weird. Okay, bro, I won't watch it. Fair enough. You know, for those who are interested, of course. If you're not, it's understandable. Starting Animal Crossing the other week, playing it today. Nice. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing the same again just to prep for these new characters. First time hearing you swear in like 5 minutes. Yeah, in live streams we swear, just because I actually don't know why. It's big boy hours. It's not, though. In Taiwan, I could make that excuse. I'm like, oh, well, it's nighttime, so kids should be asleep. What's my excuse now? I don't know. But anything I'm on during Saturday morning, is that, or was it Sunday morning? Tsunami. I forgot.
Zelda.
This game should be worth $100, but I'll take the cheaper option. Wait, nah, bro. This game should not be worth $100. At 60 is more than enough, and I think this game is 70, right? I spent too much money on this game because I had to buy it twice because I bought the Australian copy, or the New Zealand copy. Whoa, I was disconnected from the chat. That was weird. But I don't think my stream clapped, right? My stream is fine, right?
Yes.
What's up, Toasty? Do you see the movie? Like, yeah, I have it open right now in front of me. I want to talk about it some more. So let's dissect it. Let's look at it. So this has to be real. I guess that is Bo Bragason. Is that Impa? So who's the gray-haired woman in the dope-ass freaking chainmail? Bro, who is that? Is that Impa? That's Impa. That has to be Impa. It's talking to Zelda, gray hair on Zelda. I don't know. It has to be. Bro, I don't know how to feel. I'm excited, nervous. Do you mean Hylia's bloodline? It shouldn't exist considering Rauru is the bearer of the holy light. Dude, I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really get this new Hyrule. Like, so what the fuck happened? Sonya, Rauru, overall, it doesn't make sense, and sadly this game did not explore on it even one bit. All they did is focus on fixing Tears of the Kingdom's story mistakes, and then that's it. They did nothing else. They didn't, like, I would have loved true context to the Zonai and their origins, but Rauru knows diddly squat. He's like, bro, I know as much as you, man. They didn't program me to know anymore, man. The game designers didn't think deep into it. It is Impa 100%? Yeah. Okay, let's keep looking at it. So, yeah, you got Impa holding a sword. She's walking, and you got a black horse and a brown horse. That brown horse might be Epona. And that's it. You can't really tell what's happening, obviously. They're probably setting up a scene. I'm assuming working with horses, it's not that easy. You know, they're probably not the best of actors. Maybe they're pretty good, actually. I know there's literally, like, trained animals just for acting, right? Like the monkeys. Because there was no CG in Malcolm in the Middle, right? That was there CG? I know in Always Sunny, they, like, blew their entire season's budget on a CG monkey in, like, season 15. It looked pretty good, actually. But you know what? Always looking at CG that looked good and looking at it, like, years after, you always see the flaws. I was thinking of, like, Community's intro with the little paper. That looks so bad now. But like, I remember when it first came out, I'm like, wow, for CG, that looks really real. It has a Triforce on the saddle? Wait, I didn't even think of... Let me look at the saddle. You're right, that alone should confirm... Man, but, okay, why is Zelda in blue? She looks fine. It's not screaming, you know, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom Zelda. It's just she's in blue. And that's definitely her. That's crazy. That's so... It's just so weird. It's so weird. Like... You know, you watch like Lord of the Rings, or I'm thinking like Arthur. I don't know. I'm thinking of like just certain, you know, TV shows that are medieval, and like there's a certain cringe to it. There's a certain cringiness to it that I'm just. It's baked into this. Like I don't know. It's gonna be weird. Like you just know, oh, people are pretending to be from this medieval time. Like it just seems silly. It's just more obvious in live action, and it's like, I'm getting that vibe big time from this leak.
Plenty more where that came from.
Where's the Zelda movie trailer? Okay, on Discord, go to movie night and just scroll to the top of the chat room. Yeah, she has a blue costume. It does remind me of Breath of the Wild-ish. Explain what the Divine Beasts were inspired by. Explain it. Archfiends and how the play. Yeah, true. Yo, actually, Tiny, that is true. And it's cool to know that the Sheikah. It's so funny how it's in a roundabout circle. The Sheikah took inspiration from the Zonai, but then the Zonai through Minoru took inspiration from the Purapat. Like, I don't know. It's, yeah. But that's time travel, I guess. Very cautious, optimistic about the Zelda movie. I'm not going to expect much, so I'm not gonna be. Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm not putting much into it because it's a completely different medium. It has like, if the movie fucking sucks, what does it have to do with the Zelda series? In terms of the games, nothing. The Mario movie. When I think of the Mario movie, I don't. When I think of Mario, when I think of Chris Pratt Mario, I don't think of it's a me Mario. Like they're completely two different people. So there's gonna be that differentiation between the two, but. Yeah, it's, you know, it's still it's Zelda, you know, so it's hard not to be critical towards.
Just what I was hoping for.
God, the Archfiends weren't in the dungeon, or weren't the dungeon bosses. Yeah, no, I like the more, I prefer the more original Tears of the Kingdom designs. The Archfiends were kind of uninspired, but I like the similarity. I'm just, the one thing I'm more so upset about is I wish we could have seen at least and taken on the Grim Goma in the Fire Temple. Again, I don't know, just had freaking Agriston just want to just walk there. Again, you can come up with any bullshit scenario that would sort of still fit in the canon and why they visited the Fire Temple. Same goes for the Lightning Temple. An excuse to visit those temples would have been so nice. Any excuse, but oh well. We didn't get to see them. They weren't battlefields. Alright, I need a cool head in this intensity because I'm feeling hot right now, you know. I'm getting warmed up talking about all. Okay, I don't know. I just trying to make it fun. Whatever. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Please, please.
We've little to fear.
No more.
Stand together.
Stop using this weapon. If I'm gonna keep using Clink. I hate how it resets everything. It's fine. So yeah, do you think this game will get DLC? According to Tiny, it will. It's a snake eating itself. Logo personified. The Zonai influenced the Sheikah. The Sheikah influenced the Zonai. True. Yeah, I mean, and that explains the logo. It's also just the whole idea of like Zelda fell, became the dragon, is living up until I don't know. Yeah, I like the whole idea of like the Ouroboros. But yeah, you can apply it also to like you can apply it to a lot of things in this game, I guess. It can symbolize a lot of things. Yo, I'll take it. Silver Heart. I don't know what pun it was, but I'll take it. The games are represent Zelda franchise on the movie. Yeah. And, you know, in the Mario movie, I'm hyped for, of course. Like, it's looking really good. Funny, I feel like a lot of people were so upset when Captain Marvel was announced, and it was like, Brie Larson. People are so upset because I don't know. She's just hated. She's just hated. Like, it's weird. Not many. I feel like there's some actors that are just so controversial, and she's just one of them. Even though she's a Nintendo fan and did a lot of Nintendo-related commercials and advertisements, it is weird that they hired her as Rosalina, but she sounds fine. Like, I don't give a fuck who is playing the role if they just do a good job. So I'm excited. I think Rosalina sounds dope, and I can't wait to see how that plays out. I should have, honestly, why am I even playing as this fat dude? Maybe he was mandatory, but I should have picked Kia. She would have been the key. Yeah. Yeah, so are we gonna stick with the name movie night? I think, or should we have it something else? What's a Zelda-related cinematic place? There's nothing, right? Guardian, Koi tweeted out it's getting free DLC. Wait, what? Koei Tecmo actually said that? I need to check for myself. I'm too curious. I mean, obviously, the only time I use Twitter, I don't know if it was on Twitter though. The only time I use Twitter is for that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, and Koei Tecmo follows me. I'm part of the hashtag Koei family. You know what sucks though? So I joined the Koei family so I could get Warriors games early. They were like, oh, we don't distribute any games with Nintendo IPs. Like the only game they were able to give me is Ryza. Like, that's the only game I got them. Like, I'm not reviewing that. That doesn't seem like the kind of game I'm really into, to be honest. It doesn't look bad. It kind of gives me Breath of the Wild vibes, but I don't think I'd actually be into it. But yeah, anyways, I'm assuming it wasn't on their actual Twitter. Maybe it's their Zelda Twitter, Zelda Muso. I think this is all in Japanese, so I have to translate it. Or do you want to just link it for me? Can you just link me? It's getting a strategy guide on January 30th. Who the fuck needs that? This game does not need a strategy guide. Update. Oh, I see what you're saying. 1.1? No, that's not it either. This already happened. I don't know. Just keep balling. Will I play Metroid Prime? Yeah, we're going to do a live stream of it. I don't know if we're going to do the entire game, but just like Pokemon, I'm going to give you my initial playthrough at first and see where I want to carry afterwards. You know, like at least a first session of the game, a first session or two. And then depending if I want to just play it myself, like Pokemon, or if I want to do the whole thing live, we'll see. Was Brie Larson hated? I'll be honest, I know nothing about it. All I know is she was the girl in freaking Scott versus, was it Scott? Was it him Scott versus the World? I already forgot. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And it's always weird to make that connection because I'm like, that's her, the emo girl from Scott Pilgrim. She looks nothing like her. I mean, I guess that's good job acting. I don't see the character in her. Yeah, Koei Tecmo games, but not enough to get them early. I don't know, something. And bro, I'm with you, Tiny. The problem is, yeah, Nintendo is behind those games. So like, I agree. Like I grew up playing Koei Tecmo games, that being Dynasty Warriors, but like in terms of content creation, there's nothing I want to cover outside of their Nintendo-related IPs, and sadly, yeah, they can't hook me up with that. So it's kind of like, what's the point?
Taking this for granted.
Who did she play? The girl. What's her name? The Scott's girlfriend. What's the girl who gets kidnapped? Scott Pilgrim. What the hell is it? The fact that you didn't even make that connection is funny, but I mean, I was the same, right? No, she isn't. Never mind. Ramona is played by someone else. What? No, then I'm crazy. Unless it's a different one. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's her. It's Brie Larson. It is. Man, I'm sweating, dude. Like, literally, yesterday was so cold and literally went to bed. I woke up in just, like, pure sweat. Same thing with Lucas, though. It was, like, so cold going to bed yesterday, and it's, like, stupid hot today.
Yeah, I'm happy with this.
Sheikah are Hylians, right? No, that's the thing. They're not. It's convoluted. Technically, bloodline-wise, yeah, it must have been so mixed. But, like, originally they were created to be servants of Hylia and her royal family. And if anything, all the monks you see in the shrines of Breath of the Wild were all Sheikah living beings at one point who just remained as these dead, withered bodies waiting for Link to just say, you did your job, so they can pass on and die. That was what the Sheikah's whole purpose was. Now, the Sheikah, yeah, are just Hylians / Sheikah mixed people who don't really serve a purpose like they were originally created to. It's confusing. You said there's Nintendo sending me early copies of the game. Well, actually, Tiny, they used to. It's just a lot has changed with Nintendo's, you know, marketing thing. Here's the thing: if you are even slightly critical towards Nintendo, you get blacklisted. And I'm pretty sure I've been blacklisted years ago. I, if anything, got Breath of the Wild early. It's just they gave me the Wii U version early. I don't know why. And I ended up playing the Switch version, so I never even thanked them for it, because I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with this Wii U version? But either way, yeah, I used to be an ambassador, but I don't kiss ass. And if you don't kiss ass, then you don't get free games. So, oh well. I'd rather be real than be fake. That's my mindset. But, you know, being fake, man, life is so much easier, dude. Shit.
A moment's preparation, is it?
Dude, I feel like, okay, so everything now, every mission I have remaining is at least higher than level 60. So, okay, fair enough. Okay, never mind, this was 50. But this was a mandatory mission. Interesting. You never paid attention to the actors other than Harry Potter? I mean, I'm the same. You still have Breath of the Wild on Wii U. It's a cool collector's piece. I agree, but like it's not playable for me. Like it's crazy how poorly it ran. It's almost like why at that point don't even release it on the Wii U. But I guess they're like we need a imagine a whole console generation without a single original Zelda game. So I guess it got it. The next Warrior game should be about the war spoken OT. I know the imprisoning war. That's also called the imprisoning war, right? But yeah, the OG imprisoning war from Ocarina of Time with the Sheikah and them going under and all of that would be so cool to see, but I doubt it. I think from now on these Warrior games will be to fix their story. How dare you just say Raru? What? I'm a fucking king, mate. Like, some of them say King Raru, but he just straight up the disrespect. Oh, nice. I feel like a lot of Kalamo's missions give you Korok seeds. You mean the goddess Hylia should have helped Rauru and Sonia? She did. So, okay, so the goddess Hylia, it's a very confusing concept. But so, yeah, Zelda prays to her fucking self. That's essentially what's happening. The goddess Hylia reincarnated herself into a mortal, and while I guess her spirit essentially still exists as this godly being, she's also a human. It's so stupid, actually, when you really think about it. They could have done, they could have took inspiration from real life lore and maybe made it to where Hylia had a daughter with her blood, and then that just continues the lineage, and Hylia stays as a, just a godly being that watches over. But like, no, she turned into a mortal, but then also technically she still watches over. Breath of the Wild as a whole isn't playable for you anymore. You replayed it about a year ago, ran 15 FPS. Yeah, well, the Switch 2 edition at least. But you know what's actually sad? So I've been re-recording all the cutscenes so I can make this big Age of Imprisonment story video. And I've noticed the Switch 2 edition for both Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild don't have improved cutscene quality. They improved everything, but the pre-rendered cutscenes still look like ass. Why didn't they re-render them in higher quality? I'm genuinely confused. But I feel ya. Like, I mean, I'm assuming I'm not sure if you've seen the video yet, Tiny, but I remember mentioning it to you. That, you know, Tears of the Kingdom made Breath of the Wild unplayable. Well, again, I was being hyperbolic in that video. Yeah, I still stand true to what I said. It just, no matter what, the game feels like a lesser version, which is the limitations you have. And again, I know a lot of people get mad when they hear that because I made the joke it felt like a beta. I know a beta is pushing it, but you get what I mean. Like, Link has improved so much that it's the best metaphor I have. But again, that's blasphemous to some people, so I'm sorry if I offended you. Are you happy this game stuck to canon compared to Age of Calamity? Yes, a bajillion, chameleon, quadrillion, googly million%. A googly clock. But whatever the max number is, I'm so happy it's canon. It gives it way more meaning, and again, it makes it to where when I come back to Tears of the Kingdom, it's gonna hit way better, way harder, all that stuff. Words. A friend of mine thinks that Pastos is Daruk's true ancestor because he happens to have the same belt. Who this morning, and that is not the case. They don't have the same belt, is what you're saying? Fair enough. At least you didn't just share that fact your friend gave you, that theory, and didn't, like, you know, confirm to see if it's real or not. You said that Flood before Wind Waker could make a great story of the game. Ooh, yeah. That would be really dope of how, like, Hyrule flooded itself. I just think Nintendo's not going to explore the old story. Thing is, we don't know. Now that they finally are done with the Wild Era, we have no idea where Nintendo plans on pivoting in terms of the upcoming main Zelda game. They could literally just be like, fuck it, we're going back in the past. We're going back to the 3-timeline split. You know, screw this new unified timeline that's far from it. Or what's most likely is they're just going to continue to add to this far-off timeline and, you know, make a game hundreds of years after Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom's events that just share some connection. I just hope it's in a different world. I hope they move on from Hyrule for a little bit, just for a game or two. Maybe we can come back to Hyrule after that, but it'd be nice. And that's because there's no pre-renders and it can't be touched up unless they straight up are redone. Age of Imprisonment has the same issues. I'm 100% aware of that, Tiny, and that's why I'm pissed. I mean, how many fucking remasters there were for games with pre-rendered cutscenes that they re-rendered the cutscenes? Like, Final Fantasy is the best example of that. All of those cutscenes, while they looked really good back then in like 7, 8, and 9, they need to be pre-rendered. And I do know you could argue, like in Mario Galaxy, like they had to use an AI upscaler, which looked fucking disgusting for the 3D All-Stars, but they ended up actually re-rendering it and hell, removing the black widescreen bars off of it in the re-release on the Switch 2. So all they need to do is actually dig up and do the dirty work, but they didn't want to do that dirty work. And it's like, it seemed necessary because those cutscenes were rendered in 720p originally. And it still looks good because it's pre-rendered, so there's no artificial, like, you know, imperfections happening in real-time rendering. I get it, but like, okay, if you're gonna re-release the game in so much higher quality, fucking re-render the cutscenes. I don't know, I just seem like that seems like a given. I can't be the only one who feels that way. So, did Hylia give the secret stones? No, the Zonai had them before, but, you know, we don't know how they got them. Comedic relief character for this game is Calamo. Oh, 100%. 1 million. That's why I love him so much. He is the, again, the Phil to Link to Clink's Hercules. What's up, ready, buddy? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, you're answering. Oh yeah, true. Yeah. You got a good point. I don't see them going back to the original timelines, but there's so much lore they could build out. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, technically they did, Logan, with Echoes of Wisdom. They literally were like, okay, we're gonna make a game that is reutilizing an old map and hell is in the same timeline and era as, you know, A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds, and that was cool. Yeah, it felt more of a spin-off Zelda game, even though it is a mainline Zelda game. It didn't feel like a mainline Zelda game, but imagine a mainline Zelda game exploring that concept. I don't know if you figured it out, but Calamo is in the Great Deku Tree, like a lot of people think. Aaron, have you seen the finale to where I figure it out? You gotta watch my reaction. It's kind of funny, but yeah, don't worry. I confirm it in the video. The Tears of the Kingdom Masterworks confirms it was Hylia who gave. Oh, cool. Ooh, yo, when are we getting that in English? I feel like, bro, we need this really, really badly. Like, Nintendo already gave us a lackluster story with Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, sure, this game has fixed it. A must-play canon entry. I just realized, literally, Nintendo's using that as a freaking advertising point for this game. Literally, a must-play canon entry. I'm literally browsing Twitter while we speak. I'm just trying to see if I can find anything. But yeah, I can post it in the Discord if you're wondering what I'm talking about. I like that Nintendo posted that. Like, I'll post it in the stream shrine. It is a that's a good quote. It is a must-play canon entry, and that canon is a key word there. But yeah, I can't wait until we get it in English. I don't want to buy the Japanese version because I feel like I'm spoiling myself, and it's not gonna hit the same. All right.
Time to make ready.
All right, dude, you're level freaking 80. We got this.
Perhaps this will help.
You just beat the main story, and oh my god, yo, let's go, Legends of Zelda G1. Is that what we want to be called from now on?
We make for battle.
It's hard to tag people on the phone. Oh, okay. I'm assuming, yeah, you're replying to someone. I don't know. Yeah. I just hope they didn't forget it. What I'm worried is it's forgotten. They're not going to bring it. But then again, how long did it take for the translate? It took over a year for the Masterworks of Breath of the Wild to come out in the US, right? It took a while. All I know is I did buy the Japanese version back then because I was impatient, and I didn't know if we were going to get an English version. I think it was Dark Horse. Do they translate it or do they make the entire book? I don't know. But I have the digital version of Breath of the Wild's Masterworks, and it's so cool because, yeah, for videos, I literally got a super high resolution of everything, and I really hope Dark Horse releases a digital version of the Tears of the Kingdom one so I can get all those juicy assets in high resolution. It's going to be freaking nice. It was about 2 years ago. Ah, okay. How long has it been since the Masterworks for Tears of the Kingdom came out? Hey, you can do Google. I know Google Translate. I know. And I've done that. It's just if there's gonna be an English one, I want the English one. You know. But yeah, I'm starting to worry that what if we don't even get one? There we go. Phoenix, true. Okay. Yeah, it does seem weird. You want to know how to get me to ignore your business email in a heartbeat? Just start the email with "Hey Zelda." Immediately, I'm not fucking reading the email. As simple as that. That's how I know. Even if this person is serious, like they have a serious inquiry, they have a serious sponsorship, whatever, I'm not taking this person seriously because they can't even say my fucking username, and they really think Zelda is what I would want to be abbreviated by, not ZM. Yeah, that's the easiest way to get me to ignore your message. And trust me, I've received thousands of emails and messages that start off that way. What's up, Flex? Good thing you didn't. Would have been funny, Flex, if you just came, yo, Zelda. And it says it's about been a year and a half semester. Okay, well, I'm hoping it's, technically it's not too late then. Wouldn't it be the first time you bought the book twice? Yeah, same.
Your end is near.
But I don't know. It's we've waited so long. Might as well continue waiting. Do I really want to give in now? Unless they have a digital version, I'll buy it just so I can see all those images in oh so juicy quality. Hey, go. No, I don't need you. Ow!
Strength flows through me.
All right, done.
In Hyrule's name, I have you.
You no problem, CP. It's always an honor to hear. Alright, end this once and for all. Wonder how many more quests we have. I'm assuming not too much left. Like, technically, almost everything we've done in this game we've done on screen, whether on stream or in the Let's Play itself. I did do a couple missions not on stream or in video, but they were just non-important missions. Fuck you, Flex. Wow. It's not funny anymore now. You don't understand what you... I don't know. I guess, you know what? It's just to make her look unique. It's... So when she wears the Zora Zonai helmet, she looks different than when... I mean, she looks so much different than Sidon, though. And she looks so much different than Mipha because they are different, like, scale colors, right? She has, like, black scales. So... you know, I'm pulling this out of my ass. I actually don't know why. She looks cool though. Oh, she's my favorite Zora queen of all time, and I barely know her. I immediately just like, this character is so badass. Ooh, a traveler's second coming. This looks important. All right, have a good one, Aaron.
I'm setting out.
Okay, after this one though, probably we're just gonna have to suck it up and do 70 missions, but it's fine. I think with our current strong, you know, teammates, we're more than fine. Okay, cool. I can just swap the construct to Clink. I don't want to use anybody else. Yeah, it's crazy to think that. To me, it's hilarious that Clink has kind of made it out of. Like the joke has made it outside of like the channel. Like a lot of people apparently call him Clink now, and I don't really know if I did coin it. I'll take it, but I also can see it being made up by anybody. It's not that unique or clever, but I'll take the credit if I can, because why the fuck not? Oh, but this music, dude, this music! This is my favorite track in the game. It's so good, but you know what? It's fine. I don't want to alter the audio yet. Especially if I'm still recording the game. It's cutscenes for a different video. Okay. Let's shoot frost emitters. Woo! Yeah, literally. I mean, I gotta confirm if this is real. I read it online from like a news article, so I'm not sure. But apparently, the people behind Nier, which is some of my favorite video game soundtracks and just games of all time, worked behind this game's soundtrack. And if that actually is 100% true, that's so cool. That's an insane collab. Right, just keep doing that. Crazy how much damage the ice alone. Like, I don't even need a break. I won't even do the weak point smash. I'll just kill him normally. I still wonder what the final outfit will be. Again, my theory was it would have been like Hyrule Warriors Link, kind of like how in Age of Calamity you get the original Hyrule Warriors outfit as the final reward, but it wouldn't work in this game because, again, Clink has stretchy hands and arms, and I don't see, like right now, how would that work with a skin or an outfit that showcases a human hand? I don't know. Link works better than Night Construct. Yeah, Night Construct's too long. You want to shorten it, and we all see him as a Link equivalent, so. I have a firm belief that Tears of the Kingdom / Age of Imprisonment was referencing the sages from Ocarina of Time until they realized there was no reference to Shadow Temple. I actually thought somewhat the same early on of Tears of the Kingdom, and that is something they kind of alluded to with the champions in freaking Breath of the Wild, right? Because like Urbosa says how Naboris is named after Naburu, and I think Darmani is featured in the Goron Mount Rushmore. Okay, with Clink, I really like how it's technically both Fi and Link. Yeah, no one was wrong. True, and this is to me what I love so much. It's the personality of Clink. You can't argue. You're like, oh, well, it doesn't act like Link. Bro, Clink is Link. Link is literally lifeless, dullless, the borderline as robotic as can be, and so is Fi. So literally seeing Clink's mannerisms be so just like dull, it's like I see my boy Link in him. But also I can see Fi in him. It is nice, and I do like that. And I mean, I appreciate how they allude it is in reference to Link. Like Zelda literally can see the hero spirit in him. Literally, freaking Calamo says buddy. He like addresses him as a male. It is acknowledged that yeah, Link is referenced, but again, Fi could fit just as much, and it wouldn't take away from any part of the story or lore or anything. 100%. And yeah, I do remember that there are a lot of people saying it might just be Fi, but again, I thought, oh, if no matter what, it's, yeah, the Master Sword's spirit,
I'm not just a
essentially, you know, it has a connection to it, Link. It makes sense, even if it was specifically Fi. But I do like how they played Fi's theme, and, you know, it comes out, they just let you know that Fi's spirit does reside within the sword, but she doesn't need to appear in a physical form anymore.
Yep.
Near the breathing wild tears of the imprisoning calamity. Personality both, yeah, 100%. I love how it can. There is an implication for both. Yeah, it worked out so well. And again, just the way Calamo reacted to the way Clink, you know, was just kind of portrayed is so hilarious, because that's 100%. If Calamo, like if there was a Korok with the real Link and they were on adventure, everything that happened would have happened the same way. Like literally, Link would have just ignored everything and just focused on doing good, and it didn't take away from the story whatsoever. It's amazing.
You're better than I thought.
All right. But okay. So yeah, all that's left. Actually, no, we got a couple more. Let's make sure we have none of these really smaller missions that are easily forgotten. So Trials of Wrath of the Giants. It's gonna be a bunch of Hinoxes, isn't it? Yeah. It's fine. Luckily, if they're elemental, they're really easy to take on. I just don't need you. Don't get me wrong, Calamo. Here's the thing. You know what, though? Like, even though I do play as the same few characters, I still have a much bigger roster than Age of Calamity. Legit, in Age of Calamity, I didn't want to play as anyone besides, I guess, Impa, the goddess of death and destruction and demise and doom and despair. Obviously, I fell in love with her thanks to the recent live stream playthrough we did earlier this year, but Link was just my go-to, and I really didn't care for anyone else besides, I guess, Zelda. This game, legit, every character, even though they only have one main weapon outside of Clink, they're fun because each weapon they excel in, and I like how everyone genuinely feels unique from one another. It works out really well. They added lore. Remember the end of Scar Sword? Fi tells Link how he taught her how to have him use emotion. Oh, true. Well, she learned from the wrong guy, because legit, if those were the human emotions she learns from Link, she is as deadpan and dull as could be. But again, can you blame her? If Link was the representation of what it's like to be a human, yeah, she was gonna end up being a little bit robotic. That's true. And yo, let's go. Thank you, Flex. Appreciate you as always. Thank you for the donation. Okay, let's continue using the Frosted Minnow, because as you can see, it's so much faster doing it this way. Or water, I don't know which one's technically better. Again, I learned from Pokemon that ice isn't good against fire, but this game is telling me otherwise, so I don't know what's right. Technically, fire should be strong against ice, but no, ice seems to do just as well. Or maybe if I use the hydrant, it would be faster. Either way, I can't tell because we're on to a different elemental. Hinox, and as you can see, again, too easy. I really hope they don't patch this, though. I'm afraid they might patch it because, to me, I think this is a little bit game-breaking, right? I mean, it's like, it removes so much tediousness from the gameplay that it's like, I don't know, I never want to go back. Like, I can't see myself playing even Age of Calamity anymore. I guess we have Stasis, so that I can hold on to the special weak point smash attack for a little bit longer, but this game I just feel like is way better because I can cheese them easier. Yeah, no, exactly. I was literally learning from the wrong guy. Yeah, no, the hydrant probably would be better. Okay, gotcha. It still did a lot. As you can tell, it's still, this technique is busted. I mean, the fact that you can, because here's again, if you had me stand like this and do it, that's already busted. But letting me place it down and then also apply damage on top of it, I think that needs to be nerfed. But I fucking beat the game. Even if they do nerf it, I don't care actually. But I hope they don't. Fire is effective against ice. Yeah, Pokemon. I don't think in this game. Sadly, this one it doesn't matter. Just use any elemental emitter. Oh god. I hate this though. I feel like it doesn't chomp away enough as you know it should. That's fine. Light against light. I do think it's cool though. I'm not sure if others have noticed this, but I noticed it immediately that in this game, because you have Zonai abilities, the lightning abilities are now yellow, which is fitting. I mean, most games lightning is usually in this color, but in Age of Calamity, it was literally green because it didn't want to overshadow Zelda's sacred abilities, I'm assuming. But in this game, they had to bring it back to yellow, even though the sacred abilities are also yellow, because the Zonai abilities are the same color green. And I remember in Age of Calamity, I'm like, why do the electric enemies look like they're Zonai related? Yeah, they had to completely get rid of that, because I just feel like it wouldn't have made sense in this game. And yo, what's up, Austin?
I have you.
You don't buy the Phi theory? The game story explains how these constructs function. It just takes the mortal attributes of whatever magical. Yeah, but think about it. Phi is the spirit within the Master Sword. It's understandable to think that Phi would be controlling the construct over Link, because yeah, sure, Link holds the Master Sword. That Master is destined for Link, but why does now his likeness translate into the sword? It's a little bit confusing, but again, in video game, I can get behind the logic. It's just both reasons of logic have logic to it. Words, if that makes sense. I don't know. Oh, too bad this game didn't come out on the Switch 1. I feel like it could have. This game very much could have come out on the Switch 1. Just, you know, lessen the graphics, the, you know, performance, all of that. It is a shame that it's locked to the Switch 2, but I do believe Super Nintendo can have more of a, you know, lineup for the Switch 2, because the Switch 2 is lacking severely. At least, Austin, you got Pokemon ZA, right? I'm assuming you mentioned you did play it on the Switch 1, right? I'm aware you did buy that game, and that game plays fine, right? Like, I feel like this game would have played completely fine. Wait, so Chart of the Master Sword who embodies the Master Sword again? Wait, what? But I guess the whole like Phantom Ganon on accident thing, that was weird. Like how Dark Link, like Zelda's fake represent, you know, Ganon's puppet Zelda, like accidentally gets sucked into the construct. So like these constructs are like vessels of, I mean, it's literally called Vessel of Light, but like they're vessels of souls and spirits that want to just suck anything that it could attribute itself to and become. I don't know, that is kind of weird. I thought like Ganon would have like specifically sent his spirit into it, not like it was a fluke. That's what they make it seem like in the game. After they got the sword again, but it's in the past where it didn't exist. The only reason the shard was able to possess the construct was by spirit. That's so obvious. Yeah, fair enough. And that's a good way to look at it. But also, it's funny. There's a giant plot hole in just that whole argument when thinking about it. So I just feel like we shouldn't even try to take it too literal, too seriously. Because already, I mean, the whole idea of like, okay, so Zelda traveled in the past. Sure, she managed to grab a shard of the Master Sword that broke from Ganon, you know, during the early encounter in Tears of the Kingdom. Why did that not teleport with her on the surface where Rauru and Sonia were? Why did that end up in the depths? That already weird. And yet she had, and you may say, oh, because it was in her hand and maybe it fell. Okay, well, no, because it wasn't in her hand. So you know what? Well, that theory, sure, fuck it. The tear was in her hand. The shard of the Master Sword was just in the vicinity of things going back into the past. Okay, where the fuck is the current Master Sword? Why does Link need to send the past Master Sword for Zelda to repair as a dragon, which is already really weird how that happens? So is a part of the Master Sword made out of a dragon? Like the dragon's nose have steel in it that was able to forge the Master? It makes no sense, but... yeah, on top of it, where the fuck is the Great Deku Tree or the Master Sword of that time? When do they appear? Okay, dude, flex. Please don't. And I didn't finish the, you know. This is what happened. I got to rank F, and I'm like, oh shit, they skip half of this game. Why do we skip more than half the alphabet? But yeah, I took on a one of the missions, and I realized I skipped half of the game. I'm like, alright, and I kind of just stopped playing the game after that. You know, I realized, okay, it's just going to be a grind till reaching rank A. It's alright. It's just, I don't know, just like Pokemon Legends Arceus. Like, once I got the gist of the game, there was really no reason for me to keep playing it because I felt like I kind of seen it all. Oh my god, bro. Do I not have a single mission? Okay, let's do this one. This is our weakest one yet.
A fine time to prepare before we move on.
A lot of plot holes because the sword should exist, but it doesn't. Yeah, no, exactly. And they don't want to even, they don't even want to come near that. I do love, though, how, what's her name? Linalia is just like, all right, let me just burn this shit, dude. Because, like, the way Zelda's like, oh, and he will be a hero for many years to come. People will talk about him forever and ever. And oh, it's so cool. It's like, no one knows who the fuck Link is. Bro, no one knows who the fuck Link is. When she mentions that to Rauru, like, oh, Link is a respected warrior. He's famous in Hyrule. No, he's not, bro. In Tears of the Kingdom, not a single person knows who the fuck Link... I mean, I get it for context of people who haven't played Breath of the Wild. They made sure a lot of characters don't recognize you, so you, the player, can experience it for the first time. But, bruh.
Fortune favors the bold.
Like, I don't go into the God of War fucking sequel and be like, oh, there's context. Like, why did Nintendo make a direct sequel like Tears of the Kingdom? And they'd be like, no, and we're going to make sure Hetsu doesn't know who the fuck you are, and Bolson and all of these characters, and we're going to make sure that you can jump into this game without prior knowledge of the previous game, but we're going to take away so much world building that we already did in the prior. Like, but that's, again, when I argue the whole fact that Nintendo cares for story a lot less than gameplay, it's just because that is the truth.
Let's go.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, the Great Deku Tree will eventually sprout. We just don't know when now. The shard was simply energy that the contract absorbed. Yeah, I get it. You know, just like, yeah, okay, Zelda's Phantom, but... none of it really, that doesn't confirm anything. There's so many loose interpretations you can take out of that. Have I seen Captain Bergerson's video on who actually knows? Oh, okay, I think you mentioned, someone mentioned that to me before. I believe, was it you? So he made a video saying that there's actually a lot, he was doing devil's advocate, Ganon's advocate, that, you know, everyone's arguing not many people know who Link is, but a lot of people do. That's cool, and I'm glad he was able to, like, look into that argument because, yeah, a lot of us do regurgitate the same thing again and again. But that video aside, that argument aside, still, it takes away big time for characters like Hetsu or, like, again, your house. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't, like, again, I get it. And I'm sure there's reasoning behind it, but nah, they fumbled it a little bit. Come on.
Nice construct.
They done goofed.
I won't betray your trust. I'll not let up.
And it was you mentioned. Okay, I'll check it out sometime. Haven't seen. I'll be honest. I don't really watch other Zelda content creators, but it does sound interesting. I'll be honest. I believe, like, yeah, the only interaction I've had with him was he interviewed me on Game Over Jesse, like
Show of might.
5+ years ago. Like the only time we talked.
Take this. Now be gone.
And yo, what's up, Thomas? We're gonna get 2 updates for the game with content because apparently a developer confirmed it, but it's translated. Yo, okay, so Thomas, can you link in the Discord or something where you got this information? Because I would like a little bit more context on that. The Master that exists during the era of the founding, which has implications that Skyward Sword was false history or before. No, this game is a 1,000,000% confirmed after Skyward Sword and after all of Zelda's events up until Breath of the Wild. Don't worry, the refounding of Hyrule isn't like a retelling of Hyrule's history. It's just Hyrule got lost in the South and it need to be refounded again. You know, it lost itself and it wanted to be refound. The idea is, I guess, just like over the many years of Hyrule, I don't know, maybe Ganon really did do a number on it and it had to be refound. It's a stupid theory, but in my eyes, it just would have been cool if Rauru would have been like, oh, I married Sonia. Sonia was one of the goddess's reincarnations, and yeah, she's into furries, bro. What can you say? She's into me. And that's it. No one would have given a fuck. Instead of, I am the founder of Hyrule. I am the original king. I am Rauru. Bro, you gave him too much power. Also, you remember the DLC quest in Breath of the Wild where Link finds King and Molduga and saves Tracy? How she says he wants to write an article about. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, and then she ends up becoming the Lucky Clover Gazette, right, or something. If so, I'm sure there are connections. Yeah, and it's just not enough, and the really obvious ones just could have. You know, again, I don't think it would have taken away from anyone's gameplay or storytelling or anything. Is a copy you're playing ZA on Switch 1, running great to be honest. I'm still doing it blind YouTube playthrough. Enjoying the game, not rushing it. Fair enough. What rank are you then? Here's the Kingdom Master implies a lost history, not a refounding. Well, isn't that essentially the same thing? Like they by lost, I mean refounding of them re-acknowledging Hyrule as a kingdom, but that history obviously being lost. I'm not saying like they're retelling everything, and that's not what I mean. I mean like everything has happened and is past history, but now we're just like, you know, living a new not alternate universe. What am I, dude? I can't even focus on what I'm trying to say. It's just being built from the ground up again. But it's in the same universe. Words. You beat Z in a week? You loved it? I wouldn't be surprised. It's probably nah. This game is shorter, right? I'm assuming Tiny, you beat this game faster. Probably way less time. Actually, let me look. How much time do I have into this game versus ZA? And I haven't even beat ZA. So 25 hours versus 10. Never mind. Okay, I barely played ZA. What's up, KH? You're rank E. Okay, you're further than me. I stopped at rank F. The second I went up like 20 ranks. Okay, what am I saying? Not 20. 10, 15. It was a lot, though. From like, what, Y or X to F. Age of Prince 2D. Yeah, I probably could have beaten it in like the same amount of time if I wasn't recording. I beat it in 4 days, though, so still pretty fast. It was 5 videos a day for literally the span of 4 days, 20 episodes. So pretty fast, pretty efficient. Early today, I was watching your Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild playthrough. Watching the final trial of Master Sword, I was laughing and felt back when you said, what? Come on. Wait, what part exactly? Because you got shouted about. Oh, okay. You know what's funny? In that video, I do tear up. You can't tell because I like just kind of mask it. But like when I finally hear all the what do you call it? Like activation points for the terminals activated and the music is fully there and it's playing the full version of the final trial music. Bro, that shit hit me so hard. Just like knowing that this is it. This is the end of our journey. Like it's been a crazy year, 2017, and like that was the end of December. That was it. But it was fun, yeah, of course. But yeah, that's one of my favorite soundtracks in the entire series. The final trial music, fully evolved. Okay.
Time to make ready. Perhaps this will help.
You believe Clink did the holes in the underground? Oh yeah, no, the chasms technically opens up the chasm in Center of Hyrule, sorta, right? The holes were always there. The Zonai were using the depths for shit in years. Okay, well he opens one of them though. He opens one because he literally bombs open a chasm. Tobio's hole is covered by malice in Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, really? That's cool. Wait, if so, that's so fucking cool. Wait, if the hollow is covered by malice, that is such a cool foreshadowing. But you know what's funny? All the foreshadowing of the Zonai and its ruins and the dragons and the fucking barbarian set, and then the Zonai look nothing like them. Dude, what fucking Zonai wore the god? So apparently, I guess the idea is there was another ancient tribe that discovered the Zonai tech, but they were more barbaric, and they were like cavemen, and they found futuristic furry tech. I don't know, but yeah, when you think back to like the whole mystery of the Zonai in Breath of the Wild, and then you look at what we got, it's not even close. The statues of Minora and Breath of the Wild, dude, I have to go look at them. Really, that sounds really cool. I didn't know that. I really went there in Breath of the Wild. See, okay, dude. Okay, you got me curious. Should I boot that up? Now I really want to see that because those are my favorite things to do: the correlations, the connections, and that is again why these games need to be canon, so they can actually have a connection with one another. You can stay longer. Oh no, have a good one, of course, Austin. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Wish you the best. We'll be going on maybe for like at least another 20, 30-ish minutes. I'm just trying to, like, I'll save the last mission for like a final bonus episode. I want to do one final bonus episode where I show what happens when you 100% the game. But I just want to finish this goddamn game already. Like, let me be done. Because now it's like there's no new story, nothing exciting to look forward to. It's just I just want to be done with the dirt. This is all dirty work. Pure dirty work. But don't get me wrong, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be on this side of things and not, you know, still wondering if this game is canon or not, or if it's going to be any good. Like, I think overall, great experience. Not my game of the year, but super happy it exists. And again, will make Tears of the Kingdom feel completely different revisiting. So it's fun, but I'm ready to move on. And I'm just ready to move on from the Wild series entirely. Like, outside of revisiting Tears of the Kingdom one last time, bruh. It wasn't a picture for you? Okay. Oh, fair enough. Sure. Let's check it out. If you got it, I'll react to it now, even. That'd be super cool.
That won't do.
And I'm sorry to hear that. And you quit your... Oh, damn. Okay. What you working at now? Damn, so I don't get my free guac, bro. Dude, I was looking forward to that, Austin. Now I can't, like, bruh. Okay. Oh, but you've been doing better since you quit Chipotle. Never mind, that's good. Why am I giving you shit for that, then? My bad. That's for the, you fucked the free guac, bro. Your sanity is better. Olga's Kitchen? Never heard of that. Hey, what's up, God Squad? Alright, sounds good, Tiny. Zim, what do you think about Steam's new... Bro, I am giddy. I am excited. Here's the thing. Valve, like... I love them in terms of Steam, but yeah, they've had really shitty hardware early on, like a decade ago. The Steam controller, fucking weird. The Steam machine, their old Steam machine, literally garbage. It's like it was borderline the Google Stadia, if maybe a little bit better, but like, bro, they did not know how to release hardware, and then all of a sudden the Steam Deck comes out, and it's the next best thing since freaking sliced bread, right? Even though sliced bread kind of sucks, since spaghetti and meatballs. Anyways, now they're just like leagues ahead. They're releasing this new, dude, the new controller looks so fucking good. I cannot wait. With the trackpad and everything, it looks really nice. Obviously, the Steam machine being able to now have a true Steam playable machine-like console ready to go out of the box. Dude, the amount of non-tech savvy people who are now going to get into PC gaming because of that, like, fuck Microsoft and Xbox. They do not know how to make something like that. Valve is where it's at, bro. A new era of PC gaming. So many people are going to get into PC gaming thanks to this, and I cannot wait. It's going to be so dope. The next thing since egg. Well, the thing is, egg has existed before life itself. What came first, the egg or the chicken? We'll never know, right? Egg is life. Egg is everything. So that would just be like the next best thing since we've existed. Okay, I don't know. I need to chill. It's egg supremacy here. Okay, so literally Kazim in Breath of the Wild, Guru Highlands goes, you know, I know, freaking, the coolest foreshadowing would be, Master Koga falling into the pit, right? You have the VR headset too, of course. I want them all. They're gonna be so expensive though. Probably the one thing I'm gonna get day one is the controller. This is great. I don't know though about the Steam machine, maybe down the road. Same goes for, the VR headset. They all look really good though.
Strive for even higher heights.
Yeah, Steam really leveled up. Valve, it looks so good. You can still get half off and die. Let's go. It's like mod. Okay, I've been to Mod Pizza. Oh wait, off of all three? I'm confused. And Applebee's? I've been to Mod Pizza and Applebee's, but you never. Olga's Kitchen. True, the golden egg. Yo, is there an egg? Wait, there are no eggs in this game, are there? No wonder this game. This is why it's not my game of the year. Can't do the golden egg? Oh, true. Because you're. Damn. Too bad mods don't have access to. I guess it makes sense. It's only fair. You don't get the old golden egg luxury. You can use the plebeian egg. You got the iPhone freaking emote. You pleb.
We're saving Hyrule no matter what.
You can't. Chasm was built in Zonai? That's cool, but it's still funny. Like he falls into that chasm and it's like, and he's there. Linux is really weird to work with. Well, they're doing an amazing job making it work and making it work well. So, you want to play Steam games? Yeah, no, I say like, if anything, my wife plays my Steam Deck more than I bought her a Switch 2 and it's still in the fucking box. We're literally thinking of not even opening it. I don't know what I want to do with it anymore. I literally have a Switch 2 in the box. Because like if she wants to play Switch 2, just play mine because I rarely play it. But yeah, no, Steam Deck, it gets so much love till this day. It's just so expensive. I can't be bothered to get the OLED version. I'm waiting for a Steam Deck too, because I was an early adopter. I pre-ordered it when it first came out. And yeah, I can't wait. Dude, so what is, we're going to get, a mission here? A sketch of Necluda. Whoa, once we finish this region, we get the sketch? Is she making the geoglyphs right now as we speak? Maybe? Okay, I'm saving these weird new missions. The vicious battle ones for last. Those will be the last ones I do. What about up here? Okay, 69, funny number. Let's go.
Huh? Someone talking? I wonder what's gonna happen.
You know what's up, K-Slay? I'm on a mission. Because of you. I got 100% of this game now. I haven't touched this game this entire week. Like this entire last week. All the videos you've been seeing me upload nonstop have all been recorded a week ago. I've just been editing and publishing them. That's it. I took a week off of this game. Wasn't really eager to rush into it. I was planning to make my review of the game, but the second you told me there's a post cutscene that I gotta witness, I'm like, okay, well, I gotta keep playing that. So we're back. Elden Ring, Night Rain DLC though, let's go. Yo, okay, I've only beaten the first boss in Elden Ring and Night Rain. I'm pretty proud, but I've only beaten the first boss and that's it. So I don't care for the DLC. I'm too early in the game. Don't say Raru, you. How dare you? Say King Raru. But yeah, I'm excited, but not too excited. Let's just say that. Will you get a Steam Deck 2 and then a Switch 2 at this point? I wouldn't blame you. I can't wait. But again, we're not. Sadly, Valve won't give us a Steam Deck 3 whenever that day comes because, again, you know, Valve and 3s, it's not a thing. The Valve, the number 3 does not exist to Valve. So, at least we get a Steam Deck 2. I'm sure it'll be leagues better. I just want it to be a little bit smaller, a little bit battery life, and then obviously, now that they've implemented OLED, I hope it's a standard. I really remember. Dude, it's Austin, yeah, it's fine, man. Dude, I just appreciate you being here. It's all good. You know, like, do not feel pressured to be a member. A member is just a cherry on top if you want to help support. Yeah, well, I definitely will appreciate it. But, like, being here is more than enough. I'm just glad we can chill out. And, you know, really anything is support. Like, look at it that way. You hyped it up too much. Wait, what are you saying, K-Slay? What if it's? What are you trying to say? What if it's like not? I'm assuming it has something to do with Lenalia. But it's like, I want to say Lenaria. It's her name confuses me. Same thing with Rafika. I keep wanting to say Rafiki or Rafika.
Flows through me.
They hit fast and hard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those will be once everyone is souped up as strong as can be. I'll do it. They can't count to 3 exactly. Okay. Let's go. Dude. Yeah, you're right. I'll probably this was a pretty high recommended level entry point. Yeah, we're still breezing through it. Still aim to get a Switch 2. Can't go wrong with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm assuming you're still trying to get the Switch 2 to begin with, and luckily, I mean, Austin, you're lucky that there's not like. You're not missing out, dude. You're still not missing out. Not having a Switch 2, I swear to God, I don't think... Like, I wouldn't... Like, outside of this game alone, like, this is the only game I've even done a series on. I guess Donkey Kong, but, like, bro, these games aren't it. These aren't console sellers yet. Okay. Let's go. You can't count... We can't count to 3 either. No, I know what's after 3. It's 4, but like, I don't know what's after LMLO. Like, I just don't know the alphabet. Like, why are all the other letters so small and short? And then you got LMLO. Like, what the fuck is that? Okay, that's a horrible joke. But you know, I did hear that schools are actually, this is so stupid, but schools are actually changing the way you sing the alphabet so kids don't get confused and say LMNO as one letter. Because a lot of kids think it's LMNO like it's just a letter, you know? So it's instead it's like it's so weird to hear it sung now because I'm so used to LMNOP like that instead of it's like LMNOP. I can't even sing the alphabet without singing it the way I grew up singing it. Stay in school. All I know, guys, stay in school, okay? I'm prime time example of this is what video games do to you. I don't know where I legit don't know where I'm going with this. The only reason you guys switch to play Wind Waker, bro, you can play. I can play it off my phone. Not worth. I could play it better off my phone. I could play the Wii U version. You're able to... Wait, you're able to check, and I'm not... Other type of conversation or something. Conversations during battle. Oh, no, you mean... Oh, no, these are not conversations. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No. So, these are conversations, it looks like, but no. They're just... Each character has, something they want to collect. So... Throughout the missions, and I never really paid mind to this because I don't think it matters, because I don't see the point, but like throughout the missions you'll use 2 sync strikes and it'll say, oh, this guy wanted you to do 2 sync strikes, and then boom, you get a reward. That's just how it works. It's just additional daily mission type stuff, but I don't think it matters, and I'm not really going to go out of my way to collect them. But no, it's not like some Tales game where they have a whole, set of dialogue they can exchange with one another. Did you buy the console? Yeah, honestly, if you get it, like, wait until the next Mario game or Zelda game is announced, and then put all your focus in trying to get the console. Until then, I think you're good. But yeah, no, I totally get it. And I was in your shoes at one point, Austin. Like, I legit, I couldn't get the Wii U when it first dropped. I had to wait.
Feeling lucky today.
They have an iPhone, isn't allowed anything past 3DS. Yeah, true, but technically Wind Waker is a GameCube, so... And what was it? The Delta app could play up to N64 flawlessly, and it had such cool layouts. Like, I had downloaded it on my iPad. I'm not a iPhone user, but at least I have an iPad mini, and I thought it was fucking gnarly, bruh. Let me boot it up. Let me show it off. I haven't booted it up in a while, though. So the Delta app. You can full screen this. Sony Cam. There we go. Let's see how it looks. So let's do like Phantom Hourglass. Oh yeah, I love how you can do that. Look at that. That's so weird. This don't look that good. Maybe if I do it like this. Nah, that's still so weird. It's like, I love how they actually have interactive screen layouts with haptic feedback. So if I press A, I think there's a rumble. But this is so weird. Like the fact that you could play it and it's like borderline what it's supposed to look like. Come on, darken up. There we go. Like, to me, that's so dope. Anyways, yeah, Delta, but you can't do. I know you can't do GameCube yet, but is there another app? Is there Delta? Either way, it's so fucking dope. I wish they had Delta on Android because I would download this shit in a heartbeat. It's so cool. For me, like if I were to play DS games on my current phone, which is my Android, I use the Melon software, and I just play it like this. But like this actually looks really good too. So. Playing off of my phone like this, because it's such a vertical screen, you just get the whole screen like that. And then, as you can see, very loosely, you can see the buttons. I just have the buttons on screen, though it's really hard to tell. So the app on iPhone is called Delta. Do not confuse it with like. You should look for the Delta emulator. Don't download something else. No, look, I'm talking about bonus conversations. Like, wait, actually that exists? Wait, what are you talking? What? Bonus conversation section. Where? Is it these? Is it just keep completing these? But these keep reappearing, right? Well, okay, I still don't know what you're talking about. What are you saying yeah to? Show my screen. Oh. Fuck. Dude, I'm an idiot. Sorry. I'm like sitting there like a doofus. Like, what do I do next? You're just staring at my ugly mug. Like, fuck, I can't see the fucking screen. Yeah. Purple triangle. Yeah, I made mine a red triangle. You can switch the icon color, but yeah. The Android app, Melon DS. So Melon, like, eat, D and DS. One word. You can see my screen now, right? Okay, good. I'm like, bro, I'm not sitting here. It's apparently an issue with the .7 file. You can get Dolphin, but it won't let you download the necessary files for GameCube and Wii cores. Damn. I don't have the game system. Okay, let's look. Tutorial records? No. Gallery? No, but this is the cut. Ooh. Quests? No. These are locked. Oh, bonus conversation. Oh! I'm missing a track too. Ooh, cool. So I bet you the bonus cutscene will also have a track I haven't heard yet. Bonus conversations. Interesting. So where do you get these? There is side quest thing. Also, I am supposed to do these. Cool. So I've done 0 out of 10. So what you need to do every single... Why are these ones complete and the other ones aren't, though? Anyways, let's just see. What does Zelda want me to do? So... One time bomb into a Frox's mouth. Okay. Will that initiate the thing, or is there something else I need to do? Okay, you want to be looking... Yeah, that's why, honestly, that's why I stay away from going full screen, because I don't want to make that mistake, yet somehow I still make it. Every freaking time. And you posted the figure gallery? Okay, sweet. Oh yeah, no, Tiny, we were talking about, when you left, I was mentioning how the best foreshadowing was Master Koga falling into the chasm. That was easily the best in terms of foreshadowing with Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. But okay, let's see. Okay, the statue, oh! Oh, wow. Okay, I mean, it's very cat-like. So that's supposed to be Minoru? Oh, wow. That's interesting. I mean, a lot left to the imagination, giving them a lot of room to, you know, make it the way they want to. But still, I do think that is cool that there is a reference. I remember I would always go back when Breath of the Wild first came out and just look at the Zonai ruins and try to see what secrets I could find. Sadly, I realized all the secrets would lead to Korok seeds, but man... when you could imagine greater things, it was pretty nice. Okay, I'll figure out how to do that then, K-Slay, maybe in the bonus video. So I will be making a bonus video on this, at least like a part 21 showing off the remaining things to do within this game and how the game looks 100%. But I think other than that, I don't know why I want to use it, but whatever. I'm just going to test them out. I never use diamonds, whatever. I accidentally used them. Like, I didn't notice I was using them until it was too late. You actually started a randomizer on the Delta app for OT. Nice. So, oh yeah, true, because you could just like import those. You could always do the Rose Warrior randomizer if you ever want that, Logan. The best foreshadowing was Rome talking about the Demon King in the beginning of the game, how the calamity came from under the castle. True. And I remember literally when we got that first teaser in 2019. You know what's crazy? Like, I remember it so vividly because it was during E3. I was at E3. Same with every other like Zelda tuber, literally Commonwealth Realms, Zeltic, HMK. We were all there. We were all hanging out. And then the morning of the Nintendo Direct E3 drops, and they announced the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Bro, everyone flipped shit. Literally, I remember no one. Like, we didn't hang out that day. That day, no one went to the convention. Literally, all of us were making videos from our, like, hotels and everything. And just, like, I remember E3, I couldn't take it seriously after that. All I was thinking about is the Zonai and, like, them being integral into this new Zelda sequel and what the fuck this means and how cryptic this is and them exploring under Hyrule Castle. It was so weird. Like, the era of Zelda... Breath of the Wild 2 was a weird era when we just knew the Zonai as this otherworldly creature. Little did we know they're gonna end up being furries, and there's only 2 of them, and they're all extinct, and we're gonna know literally nothing about them. But man, they did a good job hyping it up, didn't they? Let's get it. I wish the flame emitter would burn the wooden shield he's holding. That would have been a really nice little detail. But we can't have that. I mean, same thing with Callum. He never burns up. That makes no sense. There we go. Yeah, it's a shame that overall exploring under Hyrule Castle wasn't really a thing, though, that we've really got to do much of, or wasn't too exciting. Like, you did it in the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom, and then it's kind of lost until the end of the game. And by the end of the game, you should look at it as more of the depths, not under Hyrule Castle. I was hoping, like, the way I imagined, so before Tears of the Kingdom ever came out, this is how I envisioned the beginning of the game. I legit thought it was going to be a direct continuation of Breath of the Wild. Because if you remember in the end of Breath of the Wild, Zelda mentions how Divine Beast Va Ruta stopped working and that they need to go there. You know, when you get the extra post-credit cutscene for doing all the memories. I thought legit, how cool would it have been if you start the game with Link and Zelda walking to Zora's domain, and they do a little quest, or they're walking back from Zora's domain, they helped out the king, whatever. And then they're going to Hyrule Castle to see what's underneath it. And you do a little mission, like a whole prologue where you explore under Hyrule Castle with Zelda, you're with her, and then the game starts up with the upheaval, and then everything leads into the game. That would have been a much better intro. I feel like the intro was too short-lived for Tears of the Kingdom, even though it was the most bizarre intro Zelda has ever had, and feels almost parodied in Echoes of Wisdom. In Echoes of Wisdom, it almost feels like I'm playing a top-down version of Tears of the Kingdom's intro story. It became a furry kingdom. Exactly. Instead of, again, this weird barbaric ancient tribe that we know nothing of, who have this super badass outfit that they do not wear. I don't know who the fuck was wearing that. I get why the portion of Hyrule Castle from the beginning replays would be a bitch. Bro, they made replays a bitch already. You can't skip that cutscene. Bro, I feel bad for freaking speedrunners. Think about it. It's already a bitch to open. I legit think that's not the reason, because think about it. Why would they make it such a long, stupid-ass intro if if they're expecting the player to never restart? I legit think with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo thinks the games are so fucking long, you're never gonna make a second file, and that's why initially the games came out with only one file. Yeah, they give you a second file to incentivize the Switch 2 version, but let's be real. The second file, like, I feel like legit Nintendo plans for every player to have like one official playthrough of the game, and that's why the intro story is so long. Because let's be honest, the Great Sky Island, is that really fun to replay? That's so boring too. I hate the Great Sky Island. When replaying, it was probably one of the best experiences for the first time, but it's not fun replaying it. So I just think overall that if the argument is for replay value, I just don't see it. Not skipping that cutscene isn't as bad as a long hour intro, but the thing is, you get like a 2 hour, for real, bro. I feel like the Great Sky Island is so long. Bro, the Great Plateau is the perfect tutorial of any video game ever. It takes less than 1 hour to complete the Great Plateau, and it's legit just, it does what it needs to do. It teaches you the mechanics and you move on. Tears of the Kingdom, they tried to one-up it, literally, they went up in the sky, but it ain't it. And that's the one thing Tears of the Kingdom truly falls flat compared to Breath of the Wild. The tutorial section, well, it feels so magical and it's so surreal and you're introduced to all these new mechanics. It's a bit jarring for someone to just jump into the game and have that. You love the Great Sky Island, you don't mind it? I agree. Here's the thing, I agree, I just know, and I know from experience, not only from the Let's Play, I had a lot of people complaining about how difficult it was. Even like my wife's sister, she stopped playing Tears of the Kingdom on the Great Sky Island because she's going to get past it. So sadly, for a lot of people, it was too much. I remember legit, literally, I knew someone who, okay, so when Breath of the Wild first came out, they couldn't, once they got past, if anything, the Great Plateau, they couldn't play it anymore. The game was too open for them. They go into, and then they eventually fell in love with it, and it became their favorite game of all time. Tears of the Kingdom, though, you would think they would feel the same. No, Tears of the Kingdom, it never clicked with them for some reason. Here's the thing about, but you're Tiny, you're talking to someone who's on your side. Tears of the Kingdom is better than Breath of the Wild. I'm with you. It's just, but again, I don't think the tutorial sections are of the same quality. So I remember how amazed I was when I went to Nintendo World to play the Breath of the Wild intro. Nice. Oh, you played it early at Nintendo World? Where was that? Was that the Seattle thing? I remember Nintendo invited me in Chicago to play Breath of the Wild early, and obviously E3, I played it early in 2015 or 2016. I made videos about those. Again, when I was cool with Nintendo. Again, I don't even think Nintendo knows of my existence anymore. I just think the people who were working for Nintendo's marketing team then in America, they were legit pieces of shit. And I remember all my friends who were in the Nintendo Ambassador program would complain about them. And eventually when Nintendo changed their the people they were working with, they just got rid of everyone they had. So I feel like maybe if I applied again, maybe I see it unlikely because from what I've noticed, everyone who is a Nintendo ambassador, they never criticize Nintendo games. Like, you can't. Because I do think they will be less likely to send you things early if you do that. And I just, you know, I'm a loudmouth piece of shit, dumbass. Like, I'm going to just say how it is. And if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you don't. So, I'm just not built for this kind of, you know, being like a goody two-shoe online or keeping a squeaky clean image. My siblings in arms with his key to the best. When I get your issues, I just don't persecute. Fair enough, and I respect that you can look at it that way. You don't have to agree to understand, and that's how we should be online. But yeah, sadly, the discourse with online gets too personal with some people. They don't take it that way. I remember not liking Tears of the Kingdom at first, putting it down a few hours. I disclosed it back 6 months. Much better when I came back to it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in general are going to look at the Wild series a lot more fondly in the years to come as well. Kind of like Majora's Mask, people thought it was the hardest, most difficult game of all time and anxiety-inducing. Now it's just like such unique and cool concept. You see the movie leaks? Yes. We were talking about them earlier. It's so weird. It's weird. I don't know how to feel. I just feel weird. Legit. That's the best way I could describe it. You have over 500 hours in. So you're going to love the game mechanics pretty quickly. For me, it actually took me a while to get used to it because once I did, I couldn't go back. Nintendo want chills? Yeah. Sadly, that's just how it is. And that's how it is with any game company. I mean, Call of Duty is a good example as well. Literally any Call of Duty. Like, I don't play Call of Duty anymore, but I used to, and I'm still like in the know of what's going on. And yeah, any Call of Duty YouTuber who was good with like Activision is no longer good if they ever criticize the game. And the ones who praise everything and stuff like that, they're obviously still getting things early. Bro, honestly, Stella, this is why I never type off my phone. I kid you not. If I have a message, I'll just wait until I'm on my computer. Even if literally it will take me a day or two to respond to that message. That's just how I am. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Tiny. How did Nintendo fail to keep this film from being leaked? Well, it legit looks like either someone was on set or some asshole like is straight up hiding in the fucking woods filming them. So can you really blame them? I think it's fine that it was leaked because we still know nothing. And who's to say Nintendo isn't literally one tweet away from posting a giant trailer revealing so much, you know? But it's crazy to think that the movie isn't, like, yeah, they're... I mean, I guess they would still be filming, of course. Because the movie still even come out next year. It comes out the year after that. The Mario movie, though, I'm assuming is completely, like, ready to go. They definitely painted the horse's legs. No way. So wait, are you thinking that's Epona? Yeah, I was looking at that earlier, by the way, Casely. You're the one who posted it, right? Yeah. or Paxer posted it. You like, okay, because again, I don't do Facebook, so thank you for giving us the proper video. But yeah, the Zelda in blue, super weird. The Impa is what I'm most just, you know, curious by. It has to be Impa in the chainmail. Again, it just feels weird because I'm getting this weird cringe that I get with live action medieval shows, and I don't know. I hope I don't feel that way when I watch the actual movie. But I can't really tell if the horse's legs are painted. Why would they be painted? Epona is red-haired. Wait, isn't Epona a red-haired horse? This is a brown... That's not Epona. It could be the... well, technically Breath of the Wild's horse is like just a brown. This looks more like Breath of the Wild's promotional marketing horse and not Epona. Epona's dead. It must be Epona. It has to, right? Oh, so okay. So what you meant to say was you put it down at first, didn't pick it back up for 6 months, and now you like it much better coming. Gotcha. I had to Google how to address a letter. What, like writing dear blah 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 from? I don't know what you mean by that. But, I guess I don't know either. So you know what? Don't feel too bad, man. Okay, let's do like one more minute. We'll go until the top of the next hour. Surprisingly, this wasn't as boring as I thought it would be. Maybe because there's no longer any worry of like story or game to be spoiled. It's just we're chilling. At this point, I just feel like we're just chilling. You know, everything is above
Go wandering off, bud.
the average level.
By my duty as king.
All right, let me upgrade my
see us
weapons
prevail.
a wee bit. Let's get a level 15 on you. Sony are the ones helping make this film. They're always have leaks. Really? Okay, that's what. Sony now has their hands in Zelda Miyamoto scene thing. Well, actually, that is crazy, bro. So, like, well, people look at Sega and Nintendo as the rivals, but when you really think about it, current console wars, because to be honest, Microsoft is fucking dead, dude. What is it? This is an Xbox, according to Microsoft, right? Everything's an Xbox. In terms of console wars, it is Sony versus Nintendo, and you got to remember the alternate universe. You know, in Earth 9, literally the Sony PlayStation exists. Like, you know, Zelda Meister, my alternate. Okay, someone mentioned Spider-Man, and I just started thinking of alternate realities. Let's just finish this. But yeah, no, Sony. Oh yeah, of course, Sony, because Sony's behind. I guess specifically this one, because Illumination's behind the Mario movie. It would have been nice if Illumination was behind the Zelda one and it wasn't live action. But I'm assuming Sony is helping because it's live action. That's my theory. More experience, I don't know.
To battle.
It's important to find a horse that's well trained that matches the color of Epona. Fair enough. I know, Brandon, again. Thank you, Brandon, for the donation. For real. I appreciate it as always. Yeah, chilling is fun too. I agree. I guess, yeah, we haven't done a stream like this in a while. Maybe that's why it's just kind of fun to chill with you guys, chat. Because it has been a good minute. The new Steam console coming, gaming PC, right? No, okay, so you missed my tangent, bro. I literally had this whole rant of, yeah. So my point is, thanks to the whole new line of Steam consoles and stuff, it's gonna be a whole era of dads and non-tech savvy gamers becoming PC gamers for the first time, thanks to Steam's new Steam machine. Because fuck Microsoft, they were never able to do that. They never filled in that gap we were missing. It will be Steam that will do it, so I can't wait. I want to see a present Steam console. I really hope it's not expensive, but if it's going to be as strong as like a mid-range to like, you know, just a decent gaming PC, I wouldn't be surprised if it's. Nah, it shouldn't be even $1,000, dude. The PlayStation 5 can, like, when you really think about it, PlayStation 5 is really fucking good for its price range because it can play and perform really well compared to like standard gaming computers, and you know, you don't have to pay nearly as much. I feel like the whole point of these consoles is, again, for like non-tech savvy people, their gateway into something that would be a little bit more complicated and just generally a way more expensive hobby, because building a PC isn't cheap. If you're a PC gamer, it's literally an expensive hobby. So.
This way.
You know, I've been making dad jokes. I've been practicing on the dad jokes since before I was a dad, so I was ready for this moment.
Nice construct.
Yeah, I mean, the really only difference between the level differences, the recommended levels, is just how much more I'm going to be clicking this button to watch him die, because that's essentially the difference. It's not like their AI gets any more difficult to deal with. It's literally just they do more damage, which I know is the general way of how you do like hard mode in video games. But like I prefer a game that can like do something else, like can genuinely make the boss more difficult. Like I feel like Souls games are a great example. Like in New Game Plus, you're not just, you know, taking more damage and having to deal more damage. You're also literally taking on new movesets. Like there are so many movesets that are only in New Game Plus. They're so cool. PS5 is $700 now. Wait, what? Really? Even with the Pro out? Wait, what? I thought it was 500 or 600 at least. That's crazy. I just proof that it's been forever since I got mine. But let's be real. Even in terms of like I feel like the Steam machine will even outperform a Sony PlayStation, because Sony dude, no one has exclusives besides Nintendo anymore. I feel like exclusive console wars literally are dead. Nintendo's the only one living in their own kind of thing. Like even Sony put exclusives on Steam, right? So it's weird. So there's really no point to own any console besides, and like only Nintendo is the only one where you want and you will get exclusive things. You also do feel, oh yeah, of course, when you do low-level missions, that's when it's most appreciated. When I can mindlessly just button mash and don't have to try to do the weak point smash. The Pro is 700, the OG is 700. Oh, okay, gosh, because of tariffs. Yeah, and I still think 500 for a PS5 is actually really good even today, because you will play every and any new game immediately, and it will come out and it will perform pretty decently. I feel like I never had issues with PS5 exclusives or just like games that are high-end on it. Wouldn't know for the Xbox, so I never bought it, not going to buy it, and I think literally Xbox is going to cease to exist. Maybe, I guess, outside of the ROG Ally, but the ROG Ally is an already existing portable PC that Xbox slapped their brand on. Elden Ring is your first Souls game, and boy, let me tell you, I was not prepared at first. Now you're New Game Plus 4, it's so addictive. Nice, Logan. You know what's funny? You honestly started off with a good Souls game. Also, Tiny, if you haven't played Souls games, knowing you and just like your taste in gaming and how like efficient you are at completing games, you gotta give the Souls series a chance if you haven't, and also start off with Elden Ring. It's coming out on the Switch 2 actually soon, and we're gonna be live streaming that. Oh my god, when? Wait, when, dude? When the fuck does it come out? Actually, I just realized the year's about to fucking end. Elden Ring Switch 2 release. Bro, what? They said... Oh, it was delayed! No! AI overview at least is telling me. No! It's delayed to April. Wait. Never mind. You beat April. Okay, of course. I'm not surprised, Tiny. You seem like that kind of person. Yeah. I've beaten every Souls game as well. Elden Ring, I think, is just a great entry Souls game for people, because it's a game to where if you get stuck on something, you don't have to bash your head against the wall and either overgrind or beat the boss. You can just pivot and go somewhere else. And yeah, it literally Breath of the Wild-fied the Soul series. You know, literally by making miniature dungeons, shrines, those being like miniature, like it reminds me of Bloodborne's chasms or labyrinths or whatever they're called. It's amazing. Elden Ring's so good. I can't wait. But yeah, that's hilarious, Tidy, that you've beaten them all. It doesn't surprise me. And yeah, I agree. In terms of Master Mode, speaking of difficulty, yeah, 1,000,000%. I would have replayed Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom more than the 2 times I've played it if we had Master Mode. The game really needs a harder difficulty because this game is actually... It's funny. Technically, the game is more difficult than Breath of the Wild's base game, but it's easier to master because of the fusions and overall Zonai abilities that legit, once you get comfortable with the game's mechanics, Tears of the Kingdom feels so much easier than it feels like playing Breath of the Wild. Like, me going up against a Lionel as Link from Breath of the Wild versus me up against a Lionel as Link from Tears of the Kingdom, legit, Tears of the Kingdom's arsenal, the extra stuff I have, the Sage's abilities, all of that, it just, you feel way, way stronger. Don't get me wrong, the champion abilities are Bosa's Fury, nothing beats that, but you're a lot more limited. Elden Ring is top 25. For me, it's top 5. Straight up. Elden Ring was my most played video game. I played it more. Let's just say I played it more than Tears of the Kingdom, even though I think I prefer Tears of the Kingdom as much as Elden Ring. But Elden Ring is literally up there. What's my rating for this game? So I'm not a fan of ratings because I just feel like they're never fair and I never stay true to them. But like, if I had to give a rating, we'll go with 8 or 7.5 out of 10. I think story-wise and overall as a package, this is a great game. There's a lot of things though the game could have done better or added to. It's just another Koei Tecmo Warriors game, sadly. But with that Zelda coat of paint, it just makes it a little bit more special. But it doesn't make it any more special than any other one. Still my favorite because it's canon, but... Okay, I'm taking me forever to find one. Let's do one more mission. One more that isn't one of these vicious battles. Okay, this one. Screw it, we can do it. 75, overcoming limits, we can overcome it.
A fine time to... I'm curious how this goes.
You beat a lot of Final Fantasy games. Same, and Final Fantasy is up there in my favorite franchises, but not in my top 5 or 10 favorite games. Not a single Final Fantasy. My favorite Final Fantasy is 3, and if you played 3, you know it's not the greatest video game of all time, but I love it. I'm very nostalgic to 3. Why does the English translators try to beat us Zelda fans into the ground? Zelda and Link are just friends. Come on, wait, in Japanese, do they allude something else? Wait, really? I feel like that's just Nintendo being Nintendo, because if they be vague, then it's still, again, the Ross and Rachel concept. If Link and Zelda are happy and, you know, in a couple and all that, then you're never going to want it. The bait won't be there. You're never going to seek it out. You know, it's the same thing with Mario and Peach. You gotta leave that, you know, spice there. If they're in a relationship, what's the point? You know, the shipping there's no point to ship them because they're already shipped.
Yes.
The ship sailed.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
This should do.
Speaking of Lionels, okay, I think it's harder to take on a Lionel in those games than this one. Okay, this game is way easier. I actually watched someone play Elden Ring and kind of surprisingly enjoyed watching, and I really know story. Yeah, well, the game is so obscure and ominous, is weird that like you kind of feel like you're getting story even though you're not, and it's such a good game that they literally all the story you get from like just the items and certain world building, but none of it is in your face. But that's just proof that you can make a deep and rich story without having you being handheld with so many cutscenes. So I agree, yeah. The way Elden Ring and Souls games are told, really nice, but I don't want that much vagueness in Zelda. I would like a little bit more. And if they did make it that vague, if you could literally interpret everything down to all the details through like items and certain like books and stuff you can find throughout the game, then I'd be fine if the story is lacking in terms of cutscenes. But sadly, Nintendo doesn't do that. They just leave everything up to interpretation. They don't even want to leave a book for you to read. They just want you to assume how to solve it. Wait, we're doing elemental Lionels? Yeah. Oh no, we're doing different. This is worse because these Lionels are gonna not be as fun to take on because I can't use elemental weapons unless they do become elemental later on. I'm afraid they're gonna be different colored Lionels. So the next one will be probably silver or armored mace or whatever it's called. Thing is, no one tells you that you have to be cautious with Souls game because a lot of the story can skip if you don't take your time. Well, no, it's fine. I feel like the games are still enjoyable even without knowing the story. You know, you can always watch Vati video for that. I always find it funny how, like, yeah, the biggest Souls YouTuber, his name and his icon is related to the Legend of Zelda series. Like, I'm sure you guys know Vati if you played Soul series. You know who he is. I call him the Zeltic of the Soul. Well, I call him Zeltic. I always tell Ed he's the Vati video of the Zelda series. Because, you know, just some posh guy talking about the lore. You know, granted, Vati isn't British, but he, you know, a lot of people mistake him for being British because Australian accent is still, you know, it fits the part. So the first game, wait, which one? Hyrule Warriors or is there top 5 games? Okay, Tears of the Kingdom. 2 is
Now then,
King of the. I don't know what KOTOR is, but then Majora's Mask and Elden Ring. Funny enough, so I'll give you my top 5. I'm with you. Tears of the Kingdom is it because Tears of the Kingdom is the game that keeps on giving. For me, a close second would have to be Twilight Princess. See, that's the thing, and then it's be Majora's Mask. So I gotta represent all 3 Zelda games first. But then if I were to pivot outside of Zelda, it'd be Shadow of the Colossus and then Elden Ring. And you know, let's just we'll name only one Zelda game. How about that? Top 5 only. Okay, Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, Star Wars. Gotcha. I gotta give those games a shot. I think they actually came out on Switch, right? I'm not gonna land that. I don't know. I did that. The way Raru's down. But anyways, so we'll say Tears of the Kingdom, Shadow of the Elden Ring, Shadow of the Colossus, Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And then Nier Replicant. Those are my top 5. Have you tried to do a backflip with Clink while using your bow over and over? True, I know what you're talking about. This? No, oh wait, I don't think he can do that. I know what you're talking about. He doesn't have that ability. He doesn't have a bow like that. I know what you're talking about. You could do the flurry rush, but yeah, no, I don't think that's possible because the Zonai abilities and then these new cooldown abilities are also kind of just replace the need for that. Play on PC? Oh, okay, runs better. They're older games, right? Have they been remade or something? Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus, Nier, too bad. I'm waiting for Nier to come out on the Switch. I really hope Nier Replicant comes out, the remake, because we got Nier Automata, which is weird how we didn't get Replicant. But yeah, Replicant's my favorite. And then Shadow of the Colossus I just love. But luckily I did LP Shadow of the Colossus, the remake, when it came out on the Switch too. We're not doing Elemental. Yeah, I was right. It kind of sucks. So it's not going to be as easy. GTA. Okay, so yours is okay. Let's see. Ocarina of Time, GTA 5, Hogwarts Legacy, Tears of the Kingdom, Modern Warfare. You have a very variety selection. Like for me, it's funny. Every single game I like, the main character is a boy who wields a sword. Almost, right? Xenoblade, Shadow of the Colossus, Zelda, Nier. Yeah, I have a very specific kind of style of game I really like. If you couldn't tell. This is not good, by the way. This is actually going disgustingly bad. Oh god, this is going horrible. Something you didn't mention in part 20 is you wanted to make sure he's a great Metroid stuff. Also, go to the bottom of the roots to find Fierce Deity's pants. That's cool, but I made sure. Wait. Did you not see the little follow-up I did, K-Slay? Where I show the Zelda note? I'm assuming you saw that. I know you've probably seen the whole context. And you're giving me more context, knowing you. Because I do know, obviously I got comments saying, Ah, well, that's actually, it is the ancient tree stump. I know if you saw 3 seconds after my initial reaction, you would see me correcting myself. But again, a lot of people tend to comment before they. You have. Okay, so wait, what am I missing then? We should go back, do a live stream going back and listening to Zelda once again. I agree, actually. It does make me want to.
We've yet begun.
So it runs better and inevitable restoration. Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, true. PC mods, stuff like that. Gotcha. Okay. If I were to pick it up, then yeah, it will be Steam.
Nice construct.
I like how there are just 2 silver Lionels now, because one's supposed to be armored. This does no damage. It's just a break thing. Got it. I went to comment on, oh wait, and delete it. Oh, okay, gotcha. At least you saw it again, because I knew that was gonna happen. I knew, like, people aren't even gonna make it past the reaction before they want to correct me, because that's YouTube for you.
Now then.
Tri-beam cannon! Also, you couldn't really tell. I've been wearing this badge on stream. I didn't put it on. Should have put it on this side, because the microphone's covering it. But yeah, you know, I got my Tears of the Kingdom pin. I'm just taking it off at this point. My Hero Academia game for Switch. Oh yeah, didn't they make a game? A My Hero Academia game that didn't come out on the Switch, I guess. Yeah, I love this. The sword Link sent back into the past. Let me cover my face. Focus. Come on. Come on. Come on. Whatever. You get the point. It takes an ordinary shirt and makes it Zelda-esque. I know Secret Deku Tree Stump, but I'm going with the headcanon of the Deku Tree. Well, I wonder if, like, will that mystery ever be solved? Are we ever going to solve the Great Deku Tree and how the Great Deku Tree was made, or how did he sprout, or who sprouted him, or when, or what, or how, or... Yeah. If anything, this game gave us more unanswered questions, but that's Zelda for you. They answer questions to leave more unanswered ones. Nintendo may be the only company I could trust not to use AR work. Yeah, I believe they confirmed they weren't, and I'm not worried either. Yo, it's crazy. Yo, speaking of Call of Duty, dude. So in Call of Duty, there are these, cards you get for, like, doing certain achievements and stuff like that. Every single one of them is AI. Every single one of them has the Studio Ghibli grok art style. It's fucking dude, Activision. It's like, wow, you think Activision is as scummy as it gets, man. They can only get scummier. It's kind of funny. Peak Pin. Oh yeah, that, and obviously the boy. We'll just say Makar, but you know, people just look at Korok mask. But yeah, my wife got me both of these. I love them. And this. Oh yeah, this. I love this. All these little cool official knickknacks from Nintendo. It's so dope. You know, Addison signs. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see. Relics. Yours is Link's Awakening DX. Really? Even over the original Link's or the remake? Twilight Princess, Minish Cap, Oracle of Seasons and Ages. I've been replaying Oracle of Ages recently, or Seasons recently, on my little new retro handheld. You know, I have a disease. I always have a no Android retro handheld device. And as you can see, we're here at the Maku tree or whatever it's called. I forgot. You know, I'm slowly reintroducing this game's lore on me, but yeah, I've been loving this. This is a based off of like the Sega Genesis control scheme, but like, yeah, just simple Game Boy fashion, but we got an OLED because again, this is a Android. But yeah, I have this dope Android OS that like launcher that literally, so all your games are, it's super tidy and everything just looks great. So like any game, you know, like Mega Drive, PlayStation, DS, whatever. I only put like, you know, Game Boy games because there's no analog stick on this. But yeah, you just click Game Boy Advance. All right, oops, A. And then all the games are ready to go. Let's go to obviously Minish Cap. Like, it's so seamless and nice, bro. Like, fuck Nintendo. I don't know why I'm throwing shade at Nintendo, but Nintendo needs to release like a modern Game Boy. But look at that. Ah, seamless. Beautiful. And I do this also with like Wii U. Wii U, if anything, I use a different device, but anyways, this wouldn't be a live stream without me gushing over my stupid Metroid devices. It is cool as hell. Yeah, again, you could do all this off of your phone. You need Android off. Dude, Android soon will be the new handheld Windows. Android just keeps getting better and better. And I think they're soon going to make Android desktop, which is just going to be weird because it's reverse. Also, I'm not sure if you've seen my wallpaper. If anything, I don't know if my wife has the stream on in the background. Maybe she can bring him down for a second. I could show him off. I hear him crying. But I'm gonna end things anyways. Like we'll probably do this last non-main extra mission, and I think I'll do the other ones in the bonus episode. Like I'll do these on the. Bro. Does anyone even? I'm so over just button mashing. I think outside of the story, there'll be no interest in this series, right? What's the name of that console? It's not a console, just Android handheld. That's the best way I can describe it. Imagine a Wii U to play Wii games. Yo, Matt. True. That's disgusting, bro. Don't mention that in this chat, man. What are you saying? I'm kidding. But no, I mean Wii U to play. This is what I use for my Wii U games. Oh, you guys can't see my screen still because I'm an idiot. But it's fine. This is what I play for my Wii U games. So you want Wii U, bro? You want to see Wii U? All right, have this boot up. Look at it. It looks like a Wii U too. You know, the black one with the symmetrical analog sticks. Technically, they need to be up. This is more like a PlayStation base, but. Look at that. Let's go to Wii U. There we go. Wii U. Let's play Zelda on the go. Like people saying, "Oh, I bought the Switch 2 so I could play Wind Waker on the go." Bro, I can play Wind Waker HD on the fucking go. Look at this. Tell me this isn't the future, man. Look at this, man. I feel like we go through again. We do a case like this is a monthly occurrence in my live streams. Every month I need to refresh to you guys how I'm living this second life here. But yeah, so oops, didn't mean to click that. I meant to click that. So you can look at the bottom screen super easily. Let me just boot up the game. You need this. Okay, so yeah, look at that. You could swap. Look at that. Swap seamlessly from gamepad to non-gamepad, just like that. Click of a button. So I'm even using the gamepad experience, and boom. Wind Wanker ready to go. Just wanking. Full HD, super high quality. Bro, Switch 2 can't do this. And this is actually pocketable. Look at the size difference. Look at that size difference. Bro. Look at that. Bruh. This is why I don't care. This is why I'm in no rush. How's the frame rate? Bro, perfect, bro. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I genuinely can play it on this. Like, it runs really, really well. Whoops, I closed the software. But I kid you not. It runs perfectly. No dips, nothing. Let me boot it up again and just show you, like, rotating the camera. Breath of the Wild, though, is the only Wii U game that's, like, abysmal. It can't even run. But for a $200 device, for a weak Android chip, bruh. Come on. Come on. Come on, Nintendo. Anyways. I'll make a more in-depth video on all of this. I made a video about, like, how I did what Nintendo don't with my Steam Deck. I want to make one specifically for Android handhelds, because again, I actually have an addiction. It's a disease. It's not good. So we just literally search Logan Android handheld, and you're gonna open up an entire world of literally Android devices that just have buttons around them, and you can choose which one you want. If you want yours to be oriented like a Game Boy, like a game as 3DS, I don't know. There are actually ones like a 3DS, if anything. This one, I have a photo of Lucas on it though, but look at that. It's like a 3DS, but just one screen. Yeah, 200, literally. They're really cheap. Like, there are more expensive ones and more premium ones, but the ones I buy, it's by really, like, a really reliable company that do it for really cheap. Anyways, okay, last mission, for real, I'm stalling. I'm stalling for way too long. Dude, it's so hot, man. I'm just sweating. Okay. I do not have controller like buttons instead of tapping. Yeah, I mean, think about it, Stella. Legit, all these companies, all these Android handhelds wouldn't exist if it wasn't for people wanting real buttons. Because in reality, this is a million times more powerful, a million times better performance, a million times better in every regard, except there's no buttons. And that is what makes me prefer playing it on a different device. Because, yeah, I need the buttons. All right, have a good one, Austin. For real. Yo, it's been a while since we have that as well, actually. Okay. Woo! Look at this, very nice. You know, actually, I'm making a separate channel that's going to be all about that kind of content because I'm really deep into this obsession. So I want to make videos about it. You got the backbone? I have a backbone as well. I've dabbled in all sorts of Android controllers. None of them have really done it for me. The one I'm really excited for is the M-Con. It was literally created by just some young kid, some young buck like you and I mean, younger. He's probably like half my age. Who was inspired by the Sony PlayStation phone and wanted to make his own version. And all he did was make a video about it, made a Kickstarter, and now it's actually happening and soon will be available. And I can't wait for that controller to come out. Literally search M controller, M-Con, and you'll see the video, you'll find the YouTuber. It's a really cool story, and it's so dope how, like, yeah, his life changed overnight from this idea. And it wasn't already the existing idea. It's just we need someone to do it for us. Because, yeah, I miss true handheld gaming. I know we're in this era where everything is handheld, but nothing is pocketable. I miss being able to put things in my pocket like a DS or Game Boy. I want that to return. And that's why I've been so obsessed with this weird mobile era of retro gaming, because I can pocket it these devices. I can't pocket my Switch 2. Even if it is portable, I can put it in my backpack. It's not the same. Use your Pro controller to play against your phone. Have a thing that connects your phone with it. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Those are always really nice too. I used to use those. I've dabbled in every way to play off of your phone. But my final way is just getting a completely separate device for gaming, that being like an Android handheld. I'd say one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had was emulating Link's Awakening on your phone, especially the HD version of Link's Awakening. Oh my god, that is such a nice version of the game. Sorry I'm being annoying, but I'm repeating your comment in this. Zelda notes, there are way more lore told than I realized in both games. I feel like we should go through them again. No, I agree. No, I answered that case. I'm not sure if you heard my initial answer to it, but no, I am going to do it. Whether we do it in a posted series, because I never got to post it in like a video format. We just live stream our initial reaction, and the goal was to like break it down into a video, but instead I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to revisit them in linear fashion in true order and see what it feels like, especially with the context, yeah, both Age of Imprisonment has given us afterwards and just generally getting it more concise. That's the plan.
I'll not yield. Nice construct.
Yeah, no, I missed that era so much. I literally missed the dumbed down handheld lower budget games. They were so quirky and special, and you had so many unique games instead of just waiting for the next major Zelda game. It was cool to have the handheld top down Zelda games as its own, you know, series on the handhelds. I don't know. I genuinely just miss that whole era. It really was the best era. I hope it comes back. I mean, I hope Sony does it. Like, I don't want the PS6 to be handheld. I don't want a hybrid. I want Nintendo or Sony to make a Vita 2. Just make a separate handheld and stop releasing the same game on both consoles. Make different versions of the game if you want to, like they've done. Like, think about it, Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations and all those. Like, even though they had two versions of the game, it was like the handheld version, the lower budget, and the non-lower budget version. Like, I don't know. To me, that was cool. It was just more the merrier, more games. I love this. Is the best, easily, like, it's unreal. Too much damage. Is that true? I forgot. You were popping out, weren't you? Do the most guys? Yeah, no, I agree. Especially now that, like, just like the Calamo one with Zelda saying the ancient tree stump has the ancient spear, you know, at its base. That's such a little reference that it's like every single Zelda note now might have. Like, if Nintendo was already, so when Nintendo wrote the Zelda notes, Age of Imprisonment story was wrapped up, right? So that means there must have been a lot of other little bits of connections they have in between the Zelda notes and Age of Imprisonment that I really want to hear and see. So yeah, I'm with you guys. Minish Cap's guys started with handheld phone emulators. It's funny, that's the most played handheld phone emulator Zelda game I ever played. Like even till now, I have. So I'm doing a certain playthrough of Minish Cap. I've been doing, been sitting on it for a really long time, and you know, like I think some of you guys already know what I'm doing, but some of you guys may not notice it, or you won't notice it immediately. I'll have to show it off though. So I'm gonna turn this up. So you should be able to hear this. Okay. Now tell me what's different with Link's voice. Legit, and when I re-LP this game on the channel, I am using this freaking ROM hack. It's the smallest little change. The entire game is exactly the same. There's just one minor difference. I remember finding their first GBA in a cab with your mom with Super Mario Bros. And you guys kept it? That's dope. Man, I feel so bad for the kid who lost it, though. Like, that's a score. But okay.
For the sake of my people.
He sounds grown. Is it Wind Waker, Link's Cup? Yeah, okay, Tiny, you got it. Spot on. Yeah. So, in the original Minish Cap, for some reason, and I guess because I tend to forget this, but Minish Cap was developed alongside Four Swords and Wind Waker. But, yeah, for some reason they used Young Link's voice from Ocarina of Time. And I don't know, when I look at Minish Cap Link, I think of Toon Link, because in the promotional artwork, he looks like Toon Link. Granted, in the sprite, he looks like Young Link because he has blue eyes. But my point is, I see him as Toon Link. Sprite work, not sprite work. He's advertised as Toon Link. He needs Toon Link's voice. So there's literally a hack that swaps, you know, Young Link's voice for Toon Link's voice. And I don't know, it just feels so much better. I know it's so stupid. It's such a stupid reason, but like, I don't know, it feels right. And that's why when I re-LP the game, everyone's gonna be like, wait, why does Link sound different from me? It's like, that small little detail though made it for me. But yeah, I've been playing this file like on and off for so long. I can show you my progress, I guess, just by doing this, right? Immediate way to show people progress in older Zelda games. Show your menu, but you can barely tell because the light is off. But you get my point. I have every item. I'm on the Wind Temple, so I'm about to finish the game, just kind of doing loose ends. I mean, it's not stupid, but I mean, it's just such a small little detail that's like, I'm really going out of my way for that little detail that probably no one gives a shit about. It's just funny. I think it's stupid in that sense. But yeah, no, if you can appreciate it in some sense, that's great, because I do. I guess they heard OOT did so well, and I'm thinking that, and those are the files they had on, and, you know, they didn't think much of it. Just like with the Link to the Past remake they did, or just port for the GBA, they also slapped this exact same Young Link's voice on Link because Link didn't have a voice in the Super Nintendo version. Anyways, I'm not gonna lie, the stream was actually a lot of fun. You know what? We have 10 more minutes before I hit the 3 hours. Let's just hit the 3 hours. We'll do one last mission, okay? I know I keep saying that, but it's just like, bro, these missions don't end. So yeah, we'll do one last mission, and maybe maybe I'll be back tomorrow to complete this, because playing this game in my free time, it's unlikely. At this point now, it's 100% feels like a chore. I enjoyed the fuck out of this game, but I'm done with playing the game for my liking. Now I'm just playing it for completion's sake. So, Link's Awakening was your first Zelda game, so all the special place See, Link's Awakening was the game I kind of neglected growing up, but for my younger brother, that was like his main Zelda game. That being Mario Party Gamer joins the chat. For me, it was 100%. In terms of handheld Zelda games, it was Phantom Hourglass. Like, Phantom Hourglass was when I finally realized I'm obsessed with the Zelda series. Like, I feel like that's when Zelda Master was born, was Phantom Hourglass.
With my aim.
Like, it's funny, like, every one of my brothers has a Zelda that, like, I identify as theirs, because, like, that's the one they grew up with. Though for my younger brother, I would say A Link to the Past Game Boy Advance would be his. For Sully, for those wondering Sully Pones, y'all know what it is. It's the one Zelda game he LP'd. I kid you not, that was like his favorite GBA game growing up. And every time I think of Minish Cap, I think of Sully, because that was like his go-to. And then Ollie, I guess my youngest brother, never mind. He has no, I don't even think he's beaten a Zelda game. But oldest brother, it would be like Skyward Sword, because I remember he was so good at Skyward Sword. I had him help me even with Demise to do it flawlessly, because I just didn't want to bother with the motion controls. Now I can, but... I see why you defended Phantom Hourglass this morning. That's not the reason, but it's like, yeah, Phantom Hourglass is my favorite top-down Zelda game, and then TP is like my favorite Zelda game in general, so I was like, bro, you mentioned the wrong two. Again, to each their own, I was messing around. But, actually... I'm not sure if you know this, Tiny, but it doesn't sound like it matters. But Aonuma's favorite, think about the producer, Aonuma's favorite Zelda game is Phantom Hourglass as well, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know why, but I always thought that was interesting that he mentioned that. All right, have a good one, Stella.
A simple enough matter.
Okay. Let's go. And I'll be honest, in terms of randomizers, I'm in no rush to come back to them. I think this year we just did too many of them back to back. Unless, again, there is a Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom one that's unique to try, but kind of doubt it. I feel like now we got to switch to bombs. Eventually the Flame Emitter, once it gets... it worked. Once it gets rid of the frost part of the Frost House, I feel like bombs are more efficient, but it's doing the job. Again, for this being a you know, 70 plus recommended, I'm not feeling it. Yeah, like legit, I don't feel that much of a difference. So I'm not too worried to do the later hit. You know about Numa? Surprised the shit out of me. That's Wind Waker 2. Wait, what? Wait. Surprised the shit that Wind Waker 2 he wanted to, instead of TP? Really? But obviously TP was for the overcorrection, right? Of people not liking Zelda looking childish. And it's funny, Wind Waker has aged the best out of all the Zelda games because of that one critique everybody had. So like what Nintendo did was in the right, and I do want more Toon Link Zelda games, but don't get me wrong, I'm really glad they pivoted and tried to correct themselves with Twilight Princess, because again, it gave us aesthetically the coolest Zelda game, and one that I really hope they explore in the future. Don't get me wrong, cell shaded is probably better for the franchise long term, but it doesn't mean I wouldn't want to see, especially in today's day and age, a more realistic Zelda game, because they can totally pull it off. They couldn't back then with TP, they can do it today. Good to watch you play Zelda games without randomized. Fair enough. And TP only exists due to Backlash. Okay, yeah, that's crazy. But I was part of it. I was my 9-year-old little self, obsessed with Shadow the Hedgehog and edgy, cool stuff. I was mad. I'm like, this doesn't look like Majora's Mask. I remember being so pissed. Like, I genuinely remember complaining to my brother and being pissed that Wind Waker looked so childish. So, it's funny. Even though it was so long ago, I wasn't a YouTuber. I didn't critique things then. I remember not liking it, not vibing with it. And both Aonuma and Miyamoto don't like it. Because of that, they felt defeated. I see. Well, I mean, come on. You can't blame the fans. You go from freaking Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask to Wind Waker. I know the story of Wind Waker is fucking deep, and if you can look past the cel-shaded, quirky, stupid character design, it's just such a deep and amazing game, but, you know, it is jarring. And plus, here's the thing: we're looking at it from a different lens now. We look at Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, like those don't look realistic to us now, but to people back then, hell yeah, they looked super realistic. We didn't really know better graphics at the time. I remember Resident Evil 1 and 2 literally looked like it was like literally photorealism in a video game on that CRT. It legit, like, your imagination plays a bigger part, and like you just end up seeing things completely differently. Like the way I imagine games looked like or remember them looking like is nothing like the way they look like now, blown up in HD, seeing all the problems and how detailed everything is. We got PTSD from TP. Well, they found a good medium with Skyward Sword. I think it's the perfect art style, just like these games are. Is there for people who okay. But it grew on him. I see. Well, again, ever since we got that Wii U tech demo of seeing Link fight Goma in the Temple of Time, Zelda has never looked better than that. I legit don't think Zelda has, even these games still don't look better than that. So that fucking tech demo is 10 years old, and it was on the Wii U rendering real time. So maybe Nintendo can give us something that looks like that properly on the Switch too. Imagination made the Scarecrow a child. For me, it made the Re-Dead so horrifying. But anyways, yeah, no, it was a lot of fun chatting with you guys, so I do need to end things here. We've been going on for about 3 hours. It was a lot of fun. I technically haven't streamed much in the last month. Just very few streams in between, so it's good to be back. Not entirely sure if we'll be back to pure daily streams, but now that Age of Imprisonment is over, it's time to move on to the next thing. So we're gonna figure that out in due time. But again, thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this for what it was. But yeah, no, have a good one, Tiny, and everybody in chat. K-Slay, Logan, Keo, Raphael. I'm probably mispronouncing names. But yeah, if we are back tomorrow, I'm just wrapping this up because I want to get the bonus episode out and done with, and maybe I'll do a review. But outside of that, there's really not much else. We'll move on to something else entirely. So yeah, have a good day, night, whatever time it is for y'all. I'll see you all then. Peace.
Bye! Bye!